smash that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke Me Out fam with the dank is the dank. On my left, oldest ninja in the world, old ninja.
So, if your name is Richard, aka Dick, should you be getting all the pussy?
On my far right, engineering on the ones and twos, choke people out on the reason for us, Chronos.
You can't hold a man down without staying down with him.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
I wish audiobooks come with subtitles. I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
Damn, we starting off with the extra dank.
I mean, damn.
All right, Chronos, you usually got some kind of statistical analysis. What you dropping on us this week?
That I do. Listener of the week would be user 702953438, and also Anthony.
Anonymous.
And also Anthony. Thank you. So,
I heard that user knows how to turk it into a circle.
yeah. Put
Fucking
those
trapezoid.
in a dodecahedron.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody's in the chat yet. Sorry, we're late, but CP time. Y'all should be used to this on the podcast by now. It's CP time. Real quick before we kick off everything with the podcast, this is the very last podcast from the Infinity Base 3.0. So,
Damn.
I will do a video, not on the podcast. I'll do like another one and do like a video, like showing you around it. My backyard's all fucked up, but what? At this point, I don't really care because we're moving and they're going to landscape it. So,
I wonder how many people you gave a heart attack when you said this will be the last. And they're like, no, Infinity.
Yeah, it's not the last podcast. Just from this location. So, we're moving next week on hopefully Monday, maybe Tuesday, to my brother's, and we'll be closer to Prodigy. So the next podcast, me and Prodigy will probably be in person, together. So, yeah, I'm gonna feel some sort of way about leaving this building because we fucking built it,
Her hands,
ourselves, yeah.
sweat and tears in that building.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I dropped something in that concrete in there.
yeah, maybe. It makes me think of like, even though we're gonna move into a place that's at least 4 bedrooms and we're gonna put an ADU in the back anyway, like a granny flat. I kind of want to build another Infinity Base anyway, just because. I mean, it was so fucking cool, to do. So like, why not just do it again? So
I mean, it took 2 years, but
this time we'll do it a little bit faster than 2 years.
Yeah.
This time. So I mean, we know what to do this time. Like, it wasn't too terribly difficult.
Yeah, I was gonna say, plus your brother can help. I'm pretty sure he's experienced. Well, is he? I don't know. I'm thinking of my own brother. Never mind.
I mean, yeah, he can, because I think he built the shed in his backyard, but obviously
okay,
the shed will be bigger. But I mean, we did it. I'm semi-handy. I'm pretty handy. So
I'm just glad I got all my fingers after using them power tools.
Yeah, Jesus, man, you are the worst. The worst.
Oh man,
when it comes to like hammering shit, screwing stuff in. Maybe not the worst.
Oh
but
shit,
you're
right.
There. You're up there. You're not the worst, but you're up there.
Call me for demolition.
Yeah.
Wait, is that big pile of concrete still in the front yard that when Odin just spilled it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. They're gonna deal with it. So they're gonna landscape the front and the back, and they'll deal with the concrete.
Pouring the concrete, like those wheelbarrows, rolling the wheelbarrows from the front to back, man, that shit was fucking labor intensive. Like, holy shit. I was a workout and a half.
I wasn't prepared I thought it was just going to be like, oh, we're going to get enough of the barrel, but I was like, hold on, this is heavy. I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
I'm all slipping and shit. My shoes were all fucked up.
Well, you heard the guy. He was like, we'll start with something small so you can handle it.
Yeah, he did. He
It's
sure
funny.
did.
I was talking to Papa Bear today because this is kind of a breaking news. We have a property location now for rescue residents. So we got super lucky, and Papa Bear talked to a guy who owns like a big piece of land, and he's going to we're going to buy at a super cheap rate 5 acres of land for like crazy cheap. And so
in this state or no?
Yeah. I mean, because we're doing it in San Bernardino County, which is where the high desert is. It's going to be in Joshua Tree. If you're familiar with like that area. Which is really cool. And then, Papa Bear was like, oh, yeah, we got to do some foundation work. Just get a bunch of bags. I was like, nah, just get a truck, bro. And he was like, I was like, it's barely more expensive than the bags. And then I was like, how big of a slab do you want to get? And he said it was like 1,500 square feet. I was like, there ain't no fucking way I'm mixing up 1,500 feet worth of bags for a fucking slab. Like, just get a truck. Nope. Like, it's super easy.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, the bags take forever just to fucking mix.
And you get
like the truck. Yeah, the truck just rolls up and just how much where you want it and just fucking roll that slide all the way through, smooth it out, and then he's like, hold on, he'll just be like, hey, even this out for me. You even it out, and then he goes to the next one, just fucking spills it all out. Looks like fucking Dookie, but
That wet concrete was making macaroni sounds though.
That it was.
It
That
It
the best.
was.
Yeah.
Oh my
It was
god!
like it was like some rock golems was getting it on.
Oh my god!
So I'm trying to see how many square foot does one bag make. So
It's not a lot.
Let's see.
Especially when you think about how deep it's got to be for something that big.
Oh, I can't figure this out. This is
We'd have been
weird.
mixing bags for a day.
Yeah.
And then
Mhm.
putting down because that was just like the main location. Then we'd have to do like more for like the shipping containers. We'd have to do like a bunch of more. You know, we're just like, dude, we'll just rent a truck, man. It's way
It
cheaper.
looks like one bag
Or-
does 100 square feet.
yeah,
I
it's
think.
well,
That's
that's
not a
square feet,
lot.
but like how deep is it? That's the thing.
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna say.
Oh, just Well, okay, no. So it's 100 feet, and it's fuck, I don't know.
Yeah,
This chart I'm looking at is fucking confusing as hell.
I did the calculations when we did the Infinity Base Foundation.
Oh, 4 inches.
Yeah, and that's you need to be, especially for like what we're building like a large building. These were more than 4 inches. I was looking at it and it was like, I think for the bags, it was something like $400 for the bags, and then like getting the truck, it was like $480. And I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, you save so much fucking time with the truck, so
Yeah.
I was looking at this chart all fucking wrong. Whatever I just said, just throw that shit out the window. So you need 66 and 2/3 bags to do 100 square feet.
Yeah.
With a 4-inch thick slab.
that sounds
So
Damn.
yeah, holy shit.
That's a lot of mixing. I mean, you need a squad. You need a crew. You need like a whole crew for that shit.
What square foot did he say that slab that he wanted to do?
1,500 square feet.
Holy shit! Yeah, and that's
Yes.
fucking possible.
You need an army. You need an army of people. That's our
You do.
platoon.
Holy shit.
You need a platoon full of people just doing the goddamn, mixing. So no.
And then,
Dude,
yeah, holy shit.
I remember that day though. That weekend we had a whole fucking caravan with the fucking wheelbarrows. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And that shit was like all fucking morning. It was still going. I was like, God damn, this thing eats up fucking concrete.
Yeah.
Like, we keep pouring that shit continuously for hours and hours.
And this wasn't even
So-
that deep. Like I think it was maybe
Yeah.
6 inches deep. Maybe.
Yeah, I would say half a foot.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
That's what she said.
Yeah, to the bottom of the
Balls deep. Oh man, I haven't said that in a long ass fucking time.
Good shit, good shit.
That used to be the motto for the bin ads.
It's,
Ball
I mean,
beats.
it not used to. It still is, my dude.
Mhm.
It's been a while since we said it.
Because it's been a while since we've even been all together. Same place.
Yeah, man. That fucking Rona. Yeah, but dude, I mean, the Infinity Base is special. One way or another, we're gonna recreate a whole lot of shit.
Yeah, and
Can't wait to have you down
I
here.
gotta sell my car tomorrow too.
Which one though?
The
Which one
the M Roadster. I'm selling it.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
just
somebody
gonna,
pick it up tomorrow?
no, I'm gonna take it to CarMax. Just be like,
Okay.
like if I
So-
really wanted to, because honestly, the cars are like shooting up in price. Like one that's like low miles is going for like $30,000 right now. It's like holy shit.
Mhm.
But
Shit.
yeah, I'm just gonna whatever they can give me, as long as it's like semi reasonable, you know.
CarMax ain't too bad in terms of
No,
like
no.
I mean, if you go to like some mom and pop dealership, a lot of times you can really get fucking ran over the coals and shit. But CarMax ain't bad.
Yeah, they're super upfront about like the pricing. I mean, they took the my broken ass X5. They only gave me like $800, but that shit was broke. It wasn't even running, and they gave me
Yeah.
$800 for
shit.
it. So I was like, fine, no, I'll take it.
There you go.
Damn.
All right, old ninja. Just keep us on track. You usually pouring out something multi and urban. What you pouring out this week and for whom's?
Pouring out some St. Ides. We're gonna start with Marnie Scholander.
McFly?
Marnie, not Marty. Marnie. Daytime Emmy award-winning actress who was on daytime soap operas As the World Turns and One Life to Live. She's passed. She was a former gymnast and then made her TV debut in 2007. She played the character of Allison McDermott Stewart, a role previously held by Sarah Hyland from Modern Family. Marnie is the actress who held the role of Allison for the longest until as the world turns ended. She died of metastatic breast cancer
Damn.
at the age of 37.
Damn, I was gonna say, dude. I like looked her up, and I was like, whoa, wait, she's hella young.
Yeah, she's 37. She can be seen in the upcoming Showtime show City on a Hill later on this year.
Damn. So the thing that trips me out with the soap operas and whatnot is just how long they fucking ran. Like, I didn't know what's it
Still
called.
running.
Yeah, I mean, wow, ran
Oh, what
for
the
40 fucking years.
Stop.
Mhm.
God damn it, I hate when they do this shit.
Making friends
What
again,
else?
Billy.
Stop.
I like to keep
God
my
damn
hands
it. Sorry. I hate it when like I look up something and then all of a sudden they decide to just play a fucking bunch of shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
What show did your grandmothers watch in terms of soap operas?
Oh, that's what you meant by green titties. I get it now.
20 minutes later. All right.
It took me a while until somebody said something about She-Hulk in the comments. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I get it.
um,
I think it's Star Trek.
shit. What is it? My mom loved General Hospital. That was her show.
Yeah, there you go.
That was
Oh.
the show, and she made me watch it for a summer. It was cool until they brought in aliens. I'm like, dude,
What the
I'm
fuck?
out. Yeah,
If you don't know who Luke and Laura is, you
yeah.
you didn't grow up with your grandmother. Or
Yeah, sure enough. If you didn't know Luke and Laura and the whole wedding, and then like, I think it was Luke's mom or Laura's mom, she got kidnapped by aliens like the end of like one summer. I'm like, bro, they really just did this? I'm like,
Dude,
I'm out.
I remember they killed them off, and they fucking had them die in a fucking
Was it a car accident or something?
No, they went over a fuking dam in a goddamn in a fucking barrel. Like, how do you kill off a character by having them go off? And all of a sudden they came back.
They came back like a season later or some shit because they're
They-
like,
Yeah.
They say
yeah.
comic books are wild, man. They ain't got
Oh
nothing
yeah,
on them
dude,
soap operas.
soap operas be crazy. Like the best are when like there's people that have been cheating for a while, and like everyone's like, "Are they ever gonna get caught? Are they gonna get caught?" And they're like, "They're never gonna get caught." And then right when people were thinking that, the next episode, homeboy bust in or somebody bust in right when the middle of them busting. It's all bad.
When I was
Changed the whole story.
when out of high school, like there was a time I was fucking hooked on fucking General Hospital. Like all the storylines and stuff. Like me and my girl at the time, we were just because we were working evenings, and so we would like watch the show. Like I think it came on like at 2:00. We'd just be in front of the TV just watching it, and I was so fucking hooked in that show. It took a while to get off of it.
God
There
damn.
was
Yeah, I quit.
there was like
I
a gangster
quit.
guy who went into a coma, and then all of a sudden he came out and he was nicer. But then like something he hit his head, and he became fucking evil again. I was like, damn, this is fucking what a plot twist.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. People had amnesia for whole seasons, and then like, I remember there was one. What was it? I don't remember if it was General Hospital. There was one. It was one of the soaps where
Oh shit,
like
this
the-
dude's still on here. Fucking Sonny was like a gangster, and then his hitman guy was Jason, and Jason was the one that went into a coma and then came out to be a nice guy. Then all of a sudden, like he hit his head again, and all of a sudden he's fucking like killing fools again.
God damn.
yeah, there's all kind of stuff like that. Like people doing that, people leaving. There's always that someone's missing, and they're feared dead. May come back, and they're like they had some super plot to expose somebody. You're like, what the fuck?
All I know is this: my very first fucking crush with that Suzanne Lucci. I was like, who is that
yeah.
lady? You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
that is a bad one.
I mean, she was the one that was on there. What's funny to me is when because like back in the day, the soaps were like all white, like literally everyone was white. There were no minorities, not even small roles, no nothing. And then they busted out that series, was it Generations, where everybody was mixed and shit, and everyone had like crazy fucking. That was like the new hotness because it was the first new soap opera in like decades.
Do you guys remember the teenage soap opera called Swan Crossing?
Oh hell
It had
no.
Sarah Michelle Gellar was in there. But yeah, it was like a teenage drama soap opera that came on like at 3:00 during the summertime.
Wow.
That show was fucking fire. Like if you could get episodes, that show was fucking great.
It's
Like
also
I remember like
terrible
summer
time
school?
slot. Terrible time slot.
horrible. But it was in the summertime, so most
Oh,
people
okay.
were off. So
Oh yeah, no, I was watching Degrassi. Degrassi was the shit. Degrassi, that was a soap opera for teenagers.
in a lot of
Guaranteed.
ways, Saved by the Bell was pretty fucking close sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
I mean, it's
yeah.
supposed to be a comedy show, but then they got all serious. I'm like, dude, this is soap opera now.
A very special episode. Goddamn. Sorry, who passed away?
Next up we got my boy Fred Ward, best known as kind of a cult star. And Fred was in a few films that have cult followings, such as Tremors
Hell
and
yeah.
even Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins. He started more prominent movies such as The Right Stuff, Silkwood, and Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman. He was a former U.S. Navy. He was a boxer. He worked as a cook for a little while, a janitor, a couple other odd jobs, and then when he lived in Rome, he worked with Roberto Rossellini as an English dub actor for his films. He would later go on to star in HBO's Cast a Deadly Spell, and then films such as The Player, Naked Gun 33 and a Third, Dangerous Beauty, Road Trip, and Two Guns. He was 79. So, crazy little fact, he's been married 3 times. He has one son. His son is named Django.
With a
With, with,
D?
with the D is silent.
Oh shit.
The Django.
Yeah, Django Ward is his son.
That's a pimp ass name.
Pimp ass name. It's just what to say. But R.I.P. to Fred. Everyone loved Tremors. I loved Remo Williams, even though they never did sequels because it didn't make money. But it was a fun little action film.
Tremors had yeah, you're right about that cult following. Tremors was the shit. What was that? Did you just threw up there?
Oh, that's what beer I'm drinking. It's called Black Daylight. Just badass name. It's a 14% alcohol. Oh, sorry, 14.2% alcohol. Barrel, bourbon barrel aged vanilla stout. It's quite
Oh
good.
shit, that's not my jam.
And it's
I love
by,
fucking barrel aged beers.
Lumberbeard Brewing up in Spokane, Washington.
Oh wow.
Was it in your beer loot crate?
Yes, I spent way too much money again on Tavor because they fucked. Real quick, small segue. I had a good order from Tavor from last month, and I got a box in, and I opened it up. I was like, I don't remember buying any of these fucking beers. I was just like, whatever. Maybe I just fucking forgot. I'm getting old. You never know. So, I drank one. I'm like, you know what? I really don't think I did this. And I pulled out the receipt, and the receipt said some other dude's name on it. I'm like, I didn't order these fucking beers. So I remember I was waiting for a Fremont Brewery beer, and it was aged by like 4 years. And I paid like 30 or 40 bucks for it. And I was just like, what the fuck is that beer? That's what I was waiting for. And I was like, maybe I didn't order it. Then I looked at the receipt and I was like, yeah, this isn't even mine. So I emailed Tavor. I'm like, hey, this is not my box. And they were like, okay, let's see what we can do about it. And so they gave me like 3 options, basically, like either have me meet up with the guy, because basically they swap boxes. Like they gave my box to another guy that was in California. All right, fine, whatever. Shit happens. So they gave me the options of meeting up with the guy and just swapping boxes, which, okay. Having a carrier pick up the boxes and swap them, or just refund everything. So I said, okay, well, like how far away is the guy? And he's like in Ukiah. And I was just like, I'm not driving fucking 150 miles to swap, or not even halfway to fucking swap boxes. It's too far. If he was like in Oakland or even Santa Rosa, maybe, that's kind of far, but still, I drive to Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa is about an hour.
Yeah, but I'm not driving like too much further than that. And it was just like outside the range. So I was like, nah, just have the carriers, I guess, do the swap. And I guess the guy didn't respond. Like they were trying to contact me, he didn't respond. I was like, yeah, because he got the way fucking better crate.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He didn't drink all your shit.
Yeah, my shit was like way
4 years old, 4 years age. This is delicious.
I got one
I'd have
more.
done the same thing.
I got one more RIP.
So
All right.
I got a bunch more, but yeah.
It's the to the 10 victims of
That's
the
what I was gonna
Buffalo
put on there.
shooting.
Yeah, you got their names? 'Cause I got them.
No, I didn't get their names because it was hovering on one. I saw the numbers hovering between 10 and 11, so I was waiting for a final count.
Well, right now, the count that I have is 10, but I believe it is 11. I don't know what the last person that passed away is, though, so I can give the names. Aaron Salter, who was a security guard, he's age 55. I believe he was also a retired police officer. He actually shot at the shooter, but he was wearing body armor, and he got killed by the shooter. If y'all didn't know what we're talking about, there was a mass shooting at Tops Friendly Market in Buffalo, New York, and it was a white supremacist, by his own definition, white supremacist that
Okay, terrorist.
Yeah, it's terrorist that went over 200 miles away from his home, he looked up like the nearest location to him that had the highest place of black people, and he went to that market because there was mainly black people to kill them, and this is in his manifesto, so this is not arguable.
His gun also had incredibly ugly racial epithets on it. So
I know I saw the N word was on his sites.
Yep.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
yeah,
he also had on the barrel, and then he had some other slogan like super anti-racist stuff on the stock of his gun as well.
yeah. We'll get into that.
Keep going.
The
Keep
whole
going.
shooting. The moment right now, I just want to honor the victims. I just want to give a pretext to like what we're talking about, but we'll talk about it more in a second. Okay, so Alan Salter talked about. Ruth Whitfield was 86 years old. Pearl Young, 77 years old. Catherine Massey, 72 years old. Deacon Hayward Patterson was 67 years old. Celestine Cheney was 65. Roberta A. Drury was 32. Margus D. Morrison, was 52. Andre McNeil was 53. Geraldine Tolley was 62. Those are the names of the victims so far. I think there was one more, but I don't have that name at this time. So yeah, those are the victims of that terrorist event in Buffalo, New York.
This shit was crazy, man. Like this guy, he went on a killing spree, and well, first of all, shout out to Twitch for taking the video down, but the guy streamed it on Twitch, and people are kind of giving Twitch like shit, saying like, "Oh, you guys took too long to download to delete it. Like, how come these even happen?" It's like they can't control everything that's fucking coming through their streaming service. Like, there's moderators and this and that, but like, Twitch took it down, which is a good thing. But like, the footage is still available online, and it's hard to fucking watch.
I think it took it down like within minutes, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I think it was like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah.
I
mean,
they probably for live stream.
They probably took it down faster than it took the police to respond. So.
Oh.
And that's not a dig on the police. I'm just saying, like, it takes time for somebody to call and to drive there. So
2 minutes would be a crazy response time. One thing I will say, I know we're going to get into a lot of different angles on here. One of the things that I was really disappointed on, and I wish we could have had Stitch on here too, but one of the people that was working at, I think the assistant manager at the Tops supermarket, stated
I heard about this.
Calling 911, dispatch hung up on her
because she was whispering.
Yeah, and she had to have, I guess, texted her boyfriend to call 911 on her behalf. I am not in that profession and whatnot, but from everything I've always heard, that's a pretty big no-no in terms of that.
Oh, for real.
And if you don't have the proper training or the proper disposition to be dispatched, literally people's lives can be drastically affected forever, or they could lose their lives behind that. So I was really disappointed to hear that, but I'm not. I want to be really clear. I'm not throwing more blame at the dispatch person than the fucking terrorist. The terrorist is the one that was doing the actual killing. This is, like Chrono said, true white supremacist. Also, that's very important to kind of point out, at least for me, because everybody always likes to say, "Oh, it's just the old people being so racist and evil and blah blah blah." This is an 18-year-old grown man, but 18-year-old man, and so who did not grow up in a town with a whole lot of black people. He lived in a predominantly white ass town,
which is not surprising.
Yeah,
I'm really glad you make sure to mention that he was a grown man, because all the news outlet, or not all of them, but they're saying that, oh, he's 18, he's 18, he's 18. It's like, no, this is a goddamn man. This isn't like a fucking teenager. He knew what the fuck he was doing. Like, stop it.
Yeah, and they're already, this is one of the things. It's like they're always trying to make it seem like these white shooters are younger than they actually are. But when you have a black victim, they make it seem like they're so much older. When you have, teenage boys or even girls that are treated as, adults, men and women, and it's like, no, like they're kids. But in this case, somebody that murdered at least 10 people, oh, he's in his teens, because they want to keep that, that white innocence bullshit. It's like these are fucking murdering asshole. Like, stop trying to protect his innocence. Like, his innocence is gone forever. So, and also they double down on the, oh, he's just mentally ill. There's nothing else wrong. He's just mentally ill. No, he's not just mentally ill. The reason why you consider him mentally ill is from shit that he's heard from like a bunch of different places, and still, even if he is just mentally ill, he's still a murdering asshole. And stop using that as like the only excuse. Is just him being
Like
mentally ill.
one day you can say that the reason why you could say that he's not mentally ill is that there's a in the video feed, like he comes across a white person on the ground and he does not shoot them. He actually tells the person sorry,
Yeah.
and then he goes off and starts shooting other people. Like this guy's like crouched down on the floor, and he had him like he could have shot him right there and there, but he said, "Oh, sorry," and just kept on moving. It's like
Well,
okay,
and
like he's definitely a tent for killing black people.
well, let me give just a small thing real quick because I know you probably, if you listen to the podcast long enough, I've said that, I think most people that commit some sort of murder, especially mass murder, they are mentally ill on some level, which they are. But at the same time, it does not excuse like everything that they've done. It does not, especially when it comes down to his ideology and where he learned it from, which we'll get into in a minute. So, old ninja, go ahead.
Actually, shout out to Stitch, who he was. I don't know if he brought it to all of us because I know he was the first one that brought it up to me. But he watched the video. He watched the video
Yeah,
feed, and he said he felt ill like watching
dude,
it. He said it was like the most fucked up scene he's ever seen, and he's seen some fucked up shit. He's literally
like
seen some fucked up shit, and then he watched
I
this
saw.
video. It appears from my point of view, it appears from beginning to end. I'm pretty sure he finished it. He may not have been able to, but
Dude,
he watched a lot, and he described two key points about one was the gun because I didn't know there was writing on the gun,
Yeah.
and he's the one who pointed out. He's like, "Hey, he's asked us, did you guys see what's on the gun? Can you see this?" Like, yeah, and you guys were like, "Yeah, I can see this N word scribed onto his sites," and they're like, "Oh," and he brought up one other point. I think it was about him not shooting the white male that was on the ground. And then like there's something else that he mentioned that was on the tape. I didn't have the stomach to watch it. I'll just let Stitch just do the play by
did
play. But he
I,
braved it. So shout out to him.
I saw some still images of it. I actually saw a clip of one person being murdered. And I was like, I can't fucking do it. And it wasn't even, like it didn't show the person. It was like blurred out, but like just even as pic like this is stupid. I shouldn't bring this up. You know how like when you were a kid and you watch a porn on the TV, like you couldn't really see much, but you saw enough.
You saw
Like
enough, yeah.
this, yeah, this shit was pixelated, but like you could, that was a human person. You could tell that was a person. And you just hear them scream and drop, and it's like fuck, like I literally just watched somebody fucking die. Like that's
Yeah, and
I'm done with pixelated, but that shit's fucking hard to see.
it was uncensored on Twitter, and people were retweeting and putting it up there. It was on obviously 4chan, which we're probably gonna go deep dive in a minute. He was live streaming on Twitch, and apparently I think he was co-streaming on another site, from what I understand. I'm not quite sure because I know that they're trying to sue Twitch. I guess the state of
That's
or
not gonna
the
fly.
city that they're in, they're trying to sue Twitch. I don't think Twitch is liable for any of this,
No,
so we'll see. You never
but
know.
it's so crazy. So the whole story starts with him like he killed 4 people in the parking lot as he's walking into the store. But like in his manifesto, he had like a layout of the store too. So like he had like a route he was gonna take to kill people, and it's like this shit's fucking straight murder. Like there's no accidents or any of this. Like he went in there with the intent to kill, and he killed like an old lady who's like, was she like in her 80s or something like that? And
86
she
years
killed,
old was the oldest person.
yeah, and there was a pastor was in there. But what's crazy about this? I know Kronos or Prodigy brought this up in the chat. Was that this the supermarket that these people were in was like the only black, or not only black, but the only supermarket in a dry, what is it called, a dry county or
It's
dry
a food desert, is what it's called.
food desert. That's what it is. Yes, and like people in this area fought to get this store in there, and like for this to turn around and happen, it's like what the fuck, man? It's fucking crazy. But like, yeah,
Yeah.
he goes in the store and just start unloading, and like how Cron said earlier, like when he first walked through the store, there was a woman. She was doing a news interview and she was talking about her story, which this probably break down into tears. But she had talked about how like she was like in the aisle and she like looked and saw the guy come in, and the security guard was like, "Hey, stop! Like, what are you doing?" And then like the security guard pulled out his weapon and he shot him. But since he was wearing body armor, like nothing happened. But then the guy killed the security guard. and this woman had talked about how like her daughter was at the register, and how when everything happened, she just kind of froze and like hid, and like her first reaction was to like get out of the way and like run or whatever. Now, and first when she said like she basically left her daughter, I was like, holy shit, she left her like a little kid, but no, her daughter was an adult, but and she was working there, and it wasn't like she didn't. It wasn't clear if her daughter was like one of the victims, but like her daughter was running the registers, and it's like fuck, like could you imagine like you she talked about how like she could have went back and got her daughter, but she probably would have been like killed because there was like somebody else that was in that general area that was murdered. So if she would have stayed there, she'd have been like victim 12 or 11 or whatever. But like just hearing her tell her story, like fuck man, that shit was fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed. Did y'all see that there was some of the victim's family? They didn't know that they had family members that they were there until they saw on the news, or they saw part of the live feed. They watched their family members either get gunned down or they get talked about on TV, and that's how they found out that their family members was deceased because they couldn't get a hold of them, and they're trying to find them, and they're looking on TV, and all of a sudden they see or hear about their loved ones being in the fire.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to mention this. This is a true fucking coward. These are fucking old ladies, churchgoers, people just buying their fucking groceries. Black people just living their lives being black, and you just go in there with intent to mow everybody down that has a skin color that you fucking. I saw online. I don't know how true it is because it's really hard to separate all the facts because facts are still coming in right now. But supposedly he had a friend of his that was Latino who had a black girlfriend too. Like, it's amazing to me that people can know this monster. And supposedly he made some threats even in his high school, which was just a year ago. But you can know a real life fucking murderous piece of shit terrorist monster, and not, I guess, be aware that they're capable of going on a killing spree at any moment. Or maybe you are aware, maybe you don't give a shit. I don't know. But this is just another egregious example. It would have been awesome if we could have prevented this guy from getting a hold of weapons to do this. But
well, I mean, let's keep it 100. All right. So apparently, this guy he went into a mental institution briefly because he was caught when he was in high school. He was 17 years old. It was last year. Because he was drawing up plans to do a mass shooting at the school. So it wasn't like this is out of nowhere. And then his parents saying, "Oh, he's not like that. Get the fuck out of here." Like, for real. Like, if you went into a mental institution for this, you knew he had fucking problems.
Yep.
You knew he had problems.
Didn't like the FBI already like know about this? Like they were investigating
it's just,
like the school shooting purpose or whatever.
Yeah, it's just we know why they just kind of let it go. But this is what happens when you let shit like this go. Like somebody that needed some actual fucking help, and you just, oh, but he's a good kid. He didn't mean it, And
Well,
I'm tired of like getting these bullshit excuses, to be honest. And the fact that this keeps happening, like you can see this shit coming. Like for the past like at least 5 years, you can see this shit coming. I mean, just look at the goddamn Tucker Carlson bullshit. I think I talked about it on the podcast before about his whole like replacement theory thing, which is not a new thing, but it's like, I talked about it before, and it's just like he keeps stirring up all this shit about how you're going to be replaced, and then this is literally what he wrote down in his manifesto, was word for word what that guy was saying, and now they're trying to distance themselves from what Tucker Carlson said on national TV over 400 fucking times. Or 400 times he said it on Fox News, talking about the great replacement theory, about how the Democrats are trying to import all these voters to come and vote for Democrats, blah blah blah, which is such nonsense because it assumes that every single immigrant into America is automatically going to vote Democrat, which is not true, because if we look at certain subsets of immigrants, they vote Republican. Like if you look at like Cuban Americans and shit like that, like they're not voting Democrat, they're voting Republican. But the problem that I have with like the great replacement theory and just like this white fear and like white rage I think the main reason why they're so afraid and so angry about this shit is because they're afraid and angry that what's going to happen to them is what they did to others. And I think on some level they recognize that there is systematic racism, and they don't want it to happen to them. If the minorities become the majority, which is going to happen anyway, like it's going to happen in America.
Yeah, it's on the way. It's
Yeah.
just like another couple decades and it's done.
But it's like they're fearing that they're going to get treated less than like they treat others today, and it's like that's not what any single marginalized person wants right now. We don't. The vast majority of people that are the minority right now, they don't want to like put white people in some caste system as like the underclass. We just want to live our fucking lives and get paid fairly and treated fairly and shit like that. We don't give a fuck about what you do with your life as long as like you're treated fairly and you're like a decent human being. But that's what they're fearing.
Let me chime in too, because you talk about illogical. You're complaining about immigrants and shooting up Black Americans who have been here for 67, 70, 80 years, born here. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about? You know what I mean? Like, literally, you talk about some illogical shit. Black people have been here for 400 fucking years.
400 plus.
400 plus fucking years. Like, get the fuck out of here with all of your bullshit. And then the other thing I want to quickly say, yes, Cronus is absolutely right. Tucker Carlson does talk about this on mainstream TV. But his demographic isn't typically 18-year-olds. I think that goes to what Old Ninja was talking about with online websites and the 4chan and a whole bunch of other places that are much more catered to 18-year-olds.
Oh, for sure.
In general. Not saying that he couldn't have watched Tucker, but I'm just saying it's more typical that you're going to hear some of the same things from Tucker on something like 4chan.
For sure. But the reason why I bring up Tucker Carlson in particular is because he mainstreamed the idea. Like you can get there's a whole bunch of shitty ideas online. Of shitty ideas online, but they're not mainstream. Like you're not going to turn on the TV and up until recently and see like these crazy conspiracy theories, like Jewish space lasers, like, like what the fuck are you even talking about?
I fucking fell out. I fell out when I heard
about that.
Yeah. that chick is still in office. I couldn't believe.
Not for long.
Well,
hopefully we'll see.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
Madison Cawthorn just got the boot, so he's one of the crazy ones. And I don't see her. She's going to be one of the next ones that's going to fall.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she's still in office for now, but she has consistently said some very questionable, almost maddening stuff live on TV, on talk shows. Some of that is kind of echoed on 4chan.
She confronted, real quick, forget the kid's name, but he was one of the kids that survived the Parkland shooting, and she confronted him about gun rights, just like literally badgered him while he was walking down the street. And it's like, dude, you're badgering a guy that survived a mass shooting about gun control rights and how Americans don't need gun control when he watched his classmates die.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck? And this person is in a position of power in America. Like, how is this even possible? This should be literally impossible. This goes back to there was an episode we did on Balance Exchange where we talked about like people that are in Congress. Like, there needs to be an actual fucking test to run for office. And I am 100% for that now. Like, there needs to be, like, how much do you actually know about the fucking government? What are your actual beliefs? Because these crazy ass fucking people are running the country. That's why we're seeing, and it's a minority, but they're treating them as a majority because they have way too many electoral rights in America. That's why we're seeing the rollback on civil rights. But the problem is it's the minority that's doing it. If you look at the current makeup of Congress and the Supreme Court, they do not represent even half of America. They represent maybe 45. I'm being fucking generous. It's probably more like 40% of Americans, but they're overrepresented in our government. And you can look it up if you want. There's plenty of books on it. Look up just the demographics between. Look up the electoral college between California, which is a left-leaning state, obviously, and any other right-leaning state, and then see how many electoral votes per 1,000 per people in that state, and it's ridiculous. I think it's like Delaware. It's like it takes like 1,000, at least 1,000 Californians to make up one person in Delaware. for the same electoral college vote.
I'll just quickly back to this terrorist. And a lot of people really feel some type of way about a white American being called a terrorist. I don't give a single solitary fuck. Come at me on it. But he was also armed when police got there. I wouldn't have had any fucking problem. I mean, look, this is an armed, active shooter. And I'm not trained in law enforcement, but it sure seems like when you enter into an active shooting situation, you wouldn't expect, the general public would not expect all the time for someone to peacefully be arrested.
They talked him down from killing him. It's not even that. They talked him down from killing himself. They talked him down. They don't give...
I was going to say, like...
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, I was going to bring up some other cases, like for infamous George Floyd, who was... The police were calling him for fucking having a fake $20 bill, and they showed up, threw him on the ground. I mean, there was other altercation, but like fucking kneed on his back, which caused him to fucking lose his life. But like, there's like the girl who was in her apartment, and like they came in there and thought they were looking for her boyfriend or some shit. They shot her dead, and she wasn't even fucking doing anything. All these people who were unarmed was fucking murdered for no fucking reason. And then we have like I think even for like the guy who shot up the movie theater in Louisiana, like he was safely taken into custody. I think they even took him to like McDonald's to get a fucking cheeseburger or some shit, right? Or is that another case? But like, yeah, like this guy, he didn't get fucking bum rush. He wasn't like fucking tackled down to the ground. He wasn't thrown down on the ground and handcuffed. No, they had him standing, turned around, put cuffs on him, and walked away with him.
The dude who went on stage and tried to tackle Dave Chappelle got his ass whooped, broken arm and shit like that. I mean, bare minimum, some shit like that should have happened. But I mean, again, active shooter, you got a firearm on you. There's dead people all around. You are the prime and pretty much only suspect right then and there. Nobody wants to see this person. Nobody sane, I would think, wants to see this person survive.
Meanwhile, people get killed for imaginary guns.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say the kid who shot the people for like Black Lives Matter. Like, dude walks right by the fucking cops with the goddamn gun.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, it's just people are just. We need like a real change in America, and I don't think it's ever. We're gonna keep having these issues, and it's gonna keep getting worse and worse and worse until people have had enough and shit changes. But I don't know if we're there yet, because I mean, but we're gonna get there sometime soon, or there's going to be serious issues here in America. I'm a Negro Dominus for you, because they keep rolling back civil rights. We have these fucking crazy people that are not getting away, but they're mass shooting, minorities because they're scared of, their whiteness. And like, how long do you think it's going to take for people to just keep taking this kind of shit from people and them being safe? I mean, this guy literally killed. How many bodies did the police have to go past before they reached that guy and they took him in safely? How many bodies?
I mean, there was fucking 4 in the parking lot already, so.
And I'm not saying like just shoot the guy on sight, but I mean, if it's gonna be protect and serve, then Jesus, you're walking past people you didn't fucking protect. I mean, obviously you weren't there, but I mean, still, like, this is what you're supposed to do, right? I mean, for other demographics, you kill them with impunity for way lesser crimes, for fucking loose cigarettes,
In this situation, again, I'm going to only speak for Prodigy. I'd be absolutely fine with shooting first as law enforcement and asking questions later. When you see this person has a firearm, they're the number one suspect. You see dead bodies on the ground. I mean, I'm fine with that. But of course, that didn't fucking happen.
Did anybody read part of the manifesto? Because I heard it was like pages long.
180
but then
pages.
I heard it's only one page.
No, it's 180 pages.
I read some.
He wrote 180 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, he's totally.
He must have been.
I mean, obviously he has
must have
mental
been
issues, but he is obviously well within his faculties to plan out a fucking mass shooting and write a 180-page manifesto, get all these materials, case out the place. Like, you can't call somebody fucking criminally insane when he's doing all these steps. to plan this shit out. That shows a level of intelligence that he knows what the fuck he's doing, and he's doing it for a goddamn reason. So if this guy gets off with, mentally unfit to go to fucking prison, honestly, America deserves some serious fucking riots.
Yep.
Like, nobody in America should be okay with that. Nobody.
No.
So I haven't heard anyone speak on this yet, but this young man, he drove 200 miles out of his living area, out of his community, to a whole separate community. It was roughly a 2-hour drive. 2 hours in the car by himself.
That's a
to
3-hour
go
drive, bro.
shoot
I mean,
up-
he'd be driving pretty fast. I'm just saying.
Even though it's still over an hour, if he drove fast, he still would have made it in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
No,
he had
it
time
was
to think
200 miles
about it.
away. Do the math, bro.
Well,
Gotta be
no,
more like 3.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours.
was it 3?
If you're driving 100 miles per
They did
hour, it's
it.
2 hours.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
That's quick math,
So you
bro.
just-
Quick
you-
math.
Quick match. Still, he drove outside of his community.
Yeah.
It took him a minute. He went up to shoot up people he didn't know. However, even preliminary, I guess, forensics said that he had been there multiple times. Apparently, people saw him casing the place. I mean, to them, he's a potential buyer because that's what they're thinking. Like, you're at a store. What else are you doing? You got to be thinking, I can pick up some bananas or something. And they're just thinking this kid was here. Maybe he liked the neighborhood and he was gonna visiting. Nobody knew what the fuck he was doing, but he was casing the place.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with like that church shooting that happened a while ago too. Like, the guy,
Dylan
they
Root.
saw the guy in the church a few times, and a couple weeks later, he started fucking shooting up the church.
This is why when people are like, even to this day, when other ethnicities are like, why can't black people just pick themselves up
about
by
it.
their bootstraps? And it's like, well, shit like this happens. And don't get me wrong, it's been a long time since the whole fucking city has been, burned down. But we're edging closer to that. And I'm not being fucking dramatic. But we're getting closer to that. Because this is what's happened in the past. This is the reason why they don't want to teach, kids about, real American histories. Because real American history has to do with a lot of white people destroying black towns and even bombing them from airplanes, including the federal government. So, and I'm not being dramatic. That's literally what fucking happened. They dropped bombs on towns and killed a bunch of white people once they got to a certain happiness and economic level. They were just like, they got more than we do. Fuck those people. We're just gonna kill all of them and steal all their shit. And this is the way it's gonna be. Or flood their entire town.
Yeah. Let me just make one connection with people, because sometimes things get left out of history and whatnot. Everybody, for the most part, that's a sane person, views Hitler as extremely evil, and of course that's absolutely right. Hitler learned a whole lot from Jim Crow America. Like, that's what he tried to model Germany and the Nazi Party after. He saw the racism in America and was like, I want to emulate that shit. And you can look that up. I can send you the books that describe it all in detail. He talks about it in his own fucking words. So just understand that America's fucking racist problems have repercussions, sometimes global repercussions.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's also another incident in Europe about a forced exodus that also influenced Hitler. He took, and it was like a partial genocide. I can't remember which, because he was like saying it was a good thing that they rounded up these people and basically killed them. And he's like, this needs to be done with the Jews. And I was like, what the fuck? And this was the inspiration that he got from both America. I remember reading it a while ago, but there was another, it was like it was like a small European country though.
Probably, hold on, real quick. Probably, if you're talking about that old ninja, it's probably Italy, because he did get fascism from Mussolini.
He did.
Mussolini invented fascism, even though we don't study him enough in history.
It's very, very true.
And he taught Hitler all of the organizational stuff for the Nazi power, or the Nazi party.
He did. I'm pretty sure it was.
I stepped away for a little bit, and I was still listening to you guys. And I think Corona said something, and I think it might have been, I think he might have missed a word. But when it came to the bombing, I think Corona had said that the bombing was on white people, but I think white people are doing the bombing.
Yeah, they're doing yeah.
Just yeah, just to clarify, I'm not sure if I heard you wrong or if yeah, but just in case.
I know. I think we know what you meant.
I mean, it was in like when if you go back and watch Watchmen, that's based on real events. Like the bombings and all that shit and like what happened in the very beginning, that was a real thing in Tulsa. So
best
same with
prediction.
Lovecraft.
Yeah,
that's what I was talking about. Yeah, was it?
Yeah, okay.
Both of them do it. Both of them have both shows have a Tulsa. They're just the difference is with Tulsa in Watchmen, it's told from a historical standpoint versus
a TV series.
In Lovecraft, the people from present day, which was actually the 70s, they go back to Tulsa.
Yeah.
So people in present day are there during the Tulsa bombing, and they knew it too. They're like, we're in trouble. We need to get everyone. We need to do what we need to do and get back to the present.
What's so crazy is that like literally watching Lovecraft Country, that's the first time I've even heard about the whole Black Wall Street and the whole Tulsa bombing. I was like, wait, this shit's fucking real? Like, holy shit! Like, goddamn. They didn't hold the punches for this episode either. The show started first fucking 10 minutes was just black people being fucking murdered. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
What was amazing to me, and I always will give credit to that show, people argued about it. I remember seeing like Twitter online, like, why are they making up some shit? And I was like, what? And then a lot of people were just like, this never happened, and why do they have to be so dramatic? And I was like, God damn. And then eventually, when people kept posting receipts, that's when folks began to shut the fuck up and realize.
Yeah, they freaked out. They're like, oh shit. And then
when I was sitting there with Kamek, I was like, this really happened. I was like, this is really weird because I remember like reading about this thing. It was like a recent reading that I did, and I was like, this shit really happened. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, like look it up. She's like, holy shit. And then like then it came with like the whole time frame of like all the other hundreds of other towns that this happened to. So when people talk about like why are black people like so far behind now, it's like, well, at a certain point we were not behind at all. We were out on the same level as white people at the time, given the incredible, disadvantageous times that we were going through, and we still made it. But then once you got to a certain level, they just fucking destroyed an entire town.
Yep.
And sorry, go ahead.
There's one person who was talking about how people were Caucasians aren't. What's the term they use? Like, they don't like to see their lifestyle threatened, and for them to keep that from happening is for them to distinguish or to take out what's threatening their lifestyle.
Can I just be honest though? Yes, there's some fear. Yes, there's some envy and all of that, and obviously ignorance with it. But there's certain just monstrous people that like to hurt black and brown and yellow, just like to hurt anybody they view as other. And whether it's going into the Orlando gay nightclub or the synagogue in Pittsburgh or the church in South Carolina, literally going after quote unquote soft targets, where people aren't really expecting anything. Like you're just going to church, going to a grocery store and seeing someone that doesn't necessarily fit their beliefs of being, ideal human beings, and just going on a fucking killing spree.
Well, we also had that shooting that happened in California too. That kind of, I think either happened the same day or the next day that happened. But then what was the reason for the Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting? Was that just like gang rivalry, or was that like?
No, that was not a gang thing.
What was the reason behind that? I can't remember. Because it impacted the Bay Area. Because holy shit, like
that shit was scary.
Yeah, it's so scary because like we've all been to the Gilroy Garlic Festival and it's pretty fucking crowded and it's a good fucking time, and just to have some random person run there and start shooting people, it's like holy shit. Like
I was gonna go that day.
You go there with your family to eat,
yeah,
and walk around,
eat fucking kangaroo and gator meat.
No, you eat garlic ice cream. But I had planned on going that day. I was going to go with a friend, and they canceled last minute. So I'm like, all right, we'll go next year. And then, like the next day, because we're talking about the day before, and then the day of the shooting, we're like, holy shit, that could have been us. Yeah. We could have been right there.
We got to bring it back up a little bit. Like, unless you guys got anything
I
more.
got.
One,
I was
Oh,
gonna
I
say,
will.
I remember to tell my Rosa Parks story. I think I told it before on the podcast, but
I was gonna say one last
but
thing. One last thing
go
that
ahead, man.
sort of gave me some hope, but now I'm like, I have no hope. So traditionally, when it comes to like race relations in America, the number one way for America to like change their ways is shame from Europe, because usually what happens is there's pressure, like what happened with World War II. The main reason why we had the civil rights movement be like so successful, besides obviously internal pressure, but it was external pressure from Europe, because they saw like the way that we treated Black Americans during World War II, and during World War One, um, people in the military were coming back, and if you were black or brown, you wouldn't get your full GI benefits, which is the reason why we couldn't get a VA loan to buy properties. They had whole communities set out just for VA loans, that if you were black,
Yep.
you couldn't own a home there. But then once they saw the way that Americans treated Black Americans in person during World War II, they were just like, what the fuck? And also because communists during like the Vietnam War, especially, and even Russians, they were saying how, look at the way that your own country treats you. Capitalism is not your friend. Try communism, and that was like a huge thing. And it was
Mhm.
shaming America for showing like their complete disdain for Black people in America, and that's one of the major reasons why the American government decided to have like, hey, wait a minute, maybe what we're doing is wrong. Because we're gonna these people are saying that it's all these things, and we're gonna lose like a lot, because people left. A lot of Black Americans, they left. Black Americans that moved to Russia, fucking Cuba, a whole bunch of other places that nobody really talks about, but it definitely happened because of all these racial tensions in America and just getting treated like shit for years.
Well,
And
same with the Olympics was a big part of that as well.
yeah, and recently, I was thinking maybe we need to do that again. Like, go on the international stage again, plead our case to the UN, be like, hey, listen, we're still getting treated like shit. We're still getting murdered in the streets by the government and by the police. Like, what the fuck? But then the Ukraine happened. The Ukraine
Yeah.
situation, the Ukraine war happened, the Russia
Yeah.
Ukraine war. And then we saw like how quick Europeans were giving white Ukrainians only just a pass to
Yep.
Yes.
come on over, and we'll help you out however you can. Meanwhile, you have similar wars in other parts of the country with brown people, and they are not giving them any sort of leeway with anything. They're no, like, we're not gonna help you at all. You're not getting any of these
No
benefits.
refugees.
None of that shit. But if you're white from the Ukraine, when I say white, I'm being very specific, because there's literally videos you can watch where they're kicking Black people that are Ukrainians off of fucking trains that are trying to go to Europe for asylum, and kicking them off because of the color of their skin. And I'm not being dramatic.
Like,
You can watch the
Correct.
videos.
like even like here in America, like we have like people from, I was gonna say Cuba, but Cuba's part of America. I think yeah.
No.
No,
No,
Puerto Rico.
he was-
No.
I'm thinking Puerto
no.
Rico.
No.
No. So yeah, we have people from like Cuba and stuff. They're
Cuba's
trying to
cool.
come to America to try to escape terrorism or communism or whatever, and like we got people shooting them at the fucking borders and shit. Like it's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, like, oh, you Ukraine, you got people war. Oh, come on over. Like, come on. We have scholarships for you. Like, I think there was we talked about this on a podcast, but there was like a HBCU. Is that the
Correct.
acronym for it?
HBCU, yeah.
Yeah, like who was offering free tuition, and like Black people were like, nah, bro, like this shit ain't gonna fly, because like look at the video clip. We have Ukrainians calling people the N word, and like people who were doing what was it the not the National Guards, but like not Red Cross, but something similar to Red Cross. But like they're warning their Black people, like, oh, hey, yo, if you're gonna help out in this country, just be prepared to be called the N word, like left and right. Like, you're going to be called the N word, and it's like, are you serious? Like, why would I go help somebody who's gonna like degrade me? Like, if I'm having somebody some soup and like, thanks N word, I'm like, you know what? Just give me that goddamn soup back. Like,
It's because people don't. It's the fear of being on the bottom. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what it is. It's like, it's these people that as long as you're above somebody else, doesn't matter who it is. As long as you're above somebody else, you're okay.
I also think that there's a very universal thing, and I mean globally, of anti-Black racism, and it's one of those things that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But you can go damn near anywhere on this planet and be treated like shit because you are Black. Like, that is a thing, Didn't say everywhere. Didn't say all people, but you can be treated like absolute fucking shit in a country that doesn't give a shit about black people in general. And I think it was really shocking to see that stuff with Ukraine, but it is what it is. Can we talk about something happy?
Wait, one quick thing. I looked up the whole Gilroy Garlic Festival shooting, and this was in 2019. This is only 3 years ago. For
Yeah,
some reason, I felt like it was like 5 or 6 years ago. Like this shit was
recent. That's still
very.
fresh.
This was like almost right before not right before the pandemic, but it was like almost right before the pandemic.
I mean,
was crazy.
technically, the
Like,
pandemic was like literally months away because I think the festival's in like what, August?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
When it's hot
July.
as fuck, and that's literally what I think it's when it started. It was like September, right?
Yeah, something
no,
like that.
no. I think the pandemic happened in I think like November was the first case
just a
in
few
like
later.
Wuhan.
Yeah.
Like yeah, the Gilroy this incident happened July 28th, so
Yeah. Okay.
like three
Just-
or 4 months.
All right, man. Green mommy milk.
Yeah.
You know we got them. You know you love them. You like your strong mommy milkers. You fucking weed. There's a trailer for She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. My girl from Orphan Black. What's her name? Tatiana something
Every time
something.
you say Tatiana, I think of Ali.
Yeah.
And her fine ass.
Tatiana
Just saying.
Milady or
Actually,
something?
did she win a Golden Egg? I think she was a nominee because I know I put her on the list
Ooh.
for a Golden Eggplant Award, but I don't
Ooh,
remember if she won or
Tatiana?
not.
Yeah, Tatiana.
Yeah.
Her work. Here's the thing, and a lot of people didn't see it because it was like I think it was a BBC show, but Orphan Black. That is
That was my
her
shit.
fucking show. She plays like 50, 11 goddamn characters. They're all distinct. They all got different accents. They all got different things that they wear. Personalities. And I was just like, who the fuck is this actress? She's excellent. And I think she got a whole bunch of like Golden Globe awards and all that. I mean, Google her. She's somebody when it comes to shit. Even if you haven't watched Orphan Black.
Sorry, I'm just googling Tatiana Ali. Just
There you bad in her day.
she's still bad.
But I'm
That's actually right from Fresh Prince. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was bad. But She-Hulk Attorney at Law is coming out 2 months or so. This is a little early, kind of teaser, not teaser. There's a full-on trailer.
August 17th.
Yeah, so we knew that this was coming. You see, obviously, Smart Hulk in this. You see her doing some lawyer shit. You see Abomination. You see a whole lot of stuff going on. But most importantly, Green Mommy Milkers. What y'all think?
I saw the trailer. Holy shit. I thought it was great. I mean, I'm not too familiar with She-Hulk. I just know she's a badass fucking attorney and she cracks jokes and shit like that. And she's fucking hot. But the actress they have playing for her, like, this chick is, she's like, her talent is overlooked. Like, she is super fucking talented. I'm glad she's got this Disney role. But I'm excited about this because the trailer was fucking funny, especially when she wanted to go get some fries and she's like, hey, we can eat this back at my place. Actually, that you know how like Luke Cage had the whole let's go get some coffee?
Yeah.
Getting fries to go is gonna be the new thing after the show.
She-Hulk definitely in the comics and a lot of cartoons and whatnot. She is a woman that likes to be in charge and in that bedroom a lot. Just saying.
She's total dominatrix.
Yeah.
Oh, Amazon position intensifies.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny to me because like that's all people focused on. They're like, oh, it's like Lady Demetrius all over again. It's like, oh
shit,
big
yeah, it
lady, just pick me up and just throw me around. Use me as like some dudes are like use me as a toilet. Other dudes are like, I just want you to cradle me. Other dudes will be like, oh, I'm down for the Amazon position. I'm just like, dude, what's wrong with y'all? Why y'all? Why y'all? Because literally, if she steps on you, she's probably gonna crack your rib cage.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Snoop.
or rearrange your insides in a bad way. So I'm just like,
As long as I can beat up those guts.
She won't beat up your guts. I mean, it's just
well,
like,
we know.
crazy.
We know that Hulk is like strong, impenetrable from the outside. Well, what about his insides? Are those impenetrable? So can you beat up her guts?
It depends on which Hulk.
Yeah. I know that in the comics, she dies at one point. In Age of Ultron, she dies. She sacrifices herself so Luke Cage can gain intel on Ultron.
She does a couple
But
times
then-
actually. She's died recently.
Oh shit, she's dead. Died
I mean,
recently.
she comes back like pretty much right away, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times they usually come back. Like when they killed Bruce Banner in Civil War Two,
Yeah.
she was injured, but she wasn't dead. But she went kind of apeshit a little bit. Like she just kind of like went super power, super saiyan, super gamma, and just was like, "Who the fuck killed my cousin?" type thing. So it's gonna be interesting, I guess. Well, I didn't know this. I guess there's a running joke that she's a bad driver. I guess because
I
she
didn't know
keeps.
that.
Yeah, I guess the running joke is that she always gets into car accidents. She's
Huh.
always fucking up cars because
Was
she's either
She-Hulk?
bad. Yeah, apparently she's either a bad driver or she just has bad luck behind the wheel. And I guess it's been a running joke since the second writer took over, like since her inception. So I think it's pretty interesting.
Isn't that kind of sexist? Because like, there's like that stereotype that women are bad drivers, and since
Possibly.
she's a super version of a woman, like she's a super bad driver. So like,
I
uh,
mean, but she doesn't need to drive. She can fucking leap. She
Oh,
can make it to continents in like what 3 jumps or some shit or less.
fucking hopscotching it.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
So
I mean, I like the trailer. I was surprised. I was just worried because like the last She-Hulk comic that I read was really shitty. I made it like I had like 3 comics and she didn't hook out once, and I was like, I'm good. Like I'm
mm,
good. Like you can't give me a She-Hulk comic where she doesn't fucking hook out. I think it was incredibly disrespectful to the fans. I don't care about Jennifer Walters, attorney at law. I care about She-Hulk, ass kicker of everybody. All right, so don't give me. So I was worried when I saw She-Hulk, attorney at law. I was like, oh god damn it, here we go again. But yeah, she hulked out in the the trailer. So I have some decent hopes for the show. I'm glad that it's being pretty well pretty well received. I say people are talking about, even Warrior fellows talking about the CGI looks kind of off, which it does look a
mhm.
little
Yeah.
bit off, but it's not a movie. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Well, no,
go
I was
ahead.
just, if you look at the Hulk like quality is still up there with the MCU level. So like,
Yeah, but I
I think
think
I think it's still pretty early with this footage, in my opinion.
yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I said it looks incomplete. So I mean, they could definitely improve upon her character design, but also remember that the Hulk, he's an existing object in the MCU. So it's not. It's pretty easy to CGI something that's already been CGI'd a million fucking times. So they already
That's
have like
true.
his character design like in there. So it's like, yeah, duh, they're gonna do him right because it's already done. But yes, they could definitely improve upon some things. But I also think that it might be a semi, not really uncanny valley, but the fact that they're making She-Hulk kind of small, well, actually a lot smaller than the actual Hulk, and
Mm.
more of Jennifer's normal size. They don't get me wrong; she's bigger than Jennifer's normal size, but she's not like, she doesn't turn into like 6 foot or 7 foot something Hulk. She turns into maybe like 6'2" yoked woman, and the Hulk is like maybe 7'5", 8 feet tall. So I think that might be throwing some people off, is like seeing her more normal size than like
Hella
her
big.
actual face. It's like, so when you watch, the MCU Hulk, like it's his face, but it's still modified, right? So like larger dimensions. But the face with her in the movie, it's like she's just kind of green in her face.
Yeah.
So that might be throwing people off. But maybe they might be able to fix it. I mean, they fixed fucking Sonic, so
It should have fuck did. But then I
Yeah.
mean, look at like with fucking Kendrick Lamar's goddamn deep fucking fake. Like
oh,
holy
we're talking
shit,
about it
like
later.
the
Yeah.
shit the shit you can do with a couple of bucks. Like come on Disney, like I'm pretty sure it's a probably early thing. But then there's certain parts of the trailer too where it looks better than other parts. So like there's certain scenes where it looks better, other scenes where it's like, okay, this is really bad. But I'm still excited about it. But then also like I think she's gonna be the first like super horny Marvel character, like because well, no, kind of jump back to Kronos where he was worried about it being like an attorney thing. Like with Daredevil, they did a pretty good job of balancing that out with him doing like badass superhero shit versus him being an attorney too. So if they take a page out of that book, I think they can have a really well balanced thing going on.
Yeah, I
Mm.
just I just want them, and the trailer hints at this, so I'm hopeful. But I want them to lean into the fucking cheesy fun and sexy fun too. Like she's a fucking hot ass, tall, green muscle chick. You know what I mean? She knows it, and she dates a lot, and she does. She has fun. She fucks who she wants. I mean, I think we're at a point now where we can finally, hopefully, see a little bit more of the whole just not. I'm not saying it's going to be a fucking porn, but like more adult side.
But also,
I mean,
could
Well,
be.
I hope.
here's the thing. You know damn well if the show is any good, someone's already working on the porn right now.
Even if it's terrible, it'll be on Pornhub. Someone's gonna CGI the shit out of
Yeah.
I mean, it's
gonna
technically
be a
already on there, kind of, sort of. I mean, y'all may not know, but like, there's already been a She-Hulk in porn, and it's funny because it's played by China.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
There's
I remember that.
there's an Avengers porn where She-Hulk, played by China, is
I was
basically
like, wow.
taking on multiple dudes.
There's nothing better though. I'll rewind the clock to what was it, like 7 years ago or something? Before Overwatch even fucking dropped, they had the goddamn porn for all them girls getting fucked with with similar voice acting. I mean, they sounded just like fucking Tracer and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They know what's
That
up. They
was
know the
the
audience.
I wonder what the rating at the what's the rating will be, because Disney Plus now has like adult content, like not adult content, but they have mature content.
M rating, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so I wonder if this could be.
But I heard they went back and like literally on the Sam and Bucky show erased some of the blood in the fucking Captain America scene.
But that was before
Yeah, but-
like the
but
acquisition
they got
of
caught.
Fox.
They got caught and went back and just deleted it. They just went back to the OG shit.
Weird. I was like, people have already seen this. Like, what the
Mm.
fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
No idea. But
I hope this is more on the MA rating, because I like to
Sure.
see some violence on Disney Plus.
You
I mean,
want
because
green mommy milkers too. Don't fucking lie.
I do. Shit, man, fucking call me out.
bad.
Because she looks thick.
Mhm.
she looks fucking thick, and plus that actress, she's fine as fuck too. So I'm not even gonna lie about that.
Yes.
I'm hoping that Daredevil makes a cameo as
That'd be awesome.
as an attorney. Like, I know there's a comic run they have to like go up against each other. One's a defendant, or not defendant. One's the defense lawyer. The other one's the prosecutor. And I think there's a case they did work together. I'm not 100%
That'd
on
be
that
weird
one.
because they're both defense lawyers.
Yeah, but I guess there's a famous run where they had to battle each other in court, or one flip sides.
Then,
Were they
then the
rapping?
bedroom, brown chicken, brown cow.
That part I don't know. I didn't read it, but I think it'd be cool to see like Murdoch show up, and then like it kind of hints that he might be getting a new series type shit.
Well, they're all in that world. I mean, Spidey, Far From Home, No Way Back. I forgot who you are. They Murdoch was in that one.
He was. That's what I'm saying. If they ramp up there's been rumors that they're gonna continue the series, and if they bring him in as a launch pad through She-Hulk, I think that would get a lot of people excited and on board.
Well, here's the thing though, too. Like Charlie Cox, he's a great actor. He did awesome in all 3 seasons of Daredevil and all the crossovers and all of that. Like use him now. He's not getting any fucking younger. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Strike while the iron is hot, and that cameo in Spidey was nowhere near enough. So
No, yeah.
I'd be down for it.
Yeah,
But, like,
I'm hoping.
Because now since those shows are on Disney Plus, I really hope they continue. Not for fucking Iron Fist. Fuck that. It was hard. He was that actor was horrible. But like Luke Cage, fucking Jessica Jones, Daredevil, like fucking Punisher was fucking amazing too. Like, wait, actually, is Punisher on Disney Plus or not?
Punisher is on Disney Plus.
Okay, I was gonna say because that Punisher was a little bit like MA plus, like it was a little more violent than normal.
A lot of blood.
Yeah, I hope Disney will continue those series because they were great. Like, I mean, Winter Soldier and Bucky was really good.
Sam and Bucky show.
Yeah, fucking Scarlett Johansson was really good. Not Scarlett. Fucking Scarlet Witch, like that show, like Vision, WandaVision, that was really good. Like those shows are really good, but like they're not. I think Jessica Jones and Daredevil were like top notch. Like those are still the best of the TV series franchise.
Well, the only problem that I have, and I agree with you, Blue, in a lot of ways, but a lot of those main actors are literally on other shows. Like
Hmm.
Luke Cage and even Misty is on like some judge show on CBS or something
Yep.
like that.
Well, they should quit.
Yeah,
What the fuck? See, he's a solution,
bro.
Prodigy.
There you go. There you
Put
go.
one more zero on the end of that fucking paycheck, and I'd be
Yeah,
like, you know what?
you're all right.
Kill my character off. I'm going to Disney.
I mean, I love what Luke Cage did, both seasons. I love like the fact that they're featuring a lot of black artists, and there was like a lot of black artists that I knew you were fucking heard of before.
Yep.
That came on that show, and I was just like, and they not only did they feature them, but they had them in like basically like a little mini music video on like every episode, and I was like, this is really fucking cool, you know?
Fucking dope. You had Mahershala Ali really bringing it as Cottonmouth or whatever in the first one, and then
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dope and all that. I mean, everything was good on that. I loved it. But I got something else for y'all.
Oh shit! Is it what I think it is?
We are finally getting some animated adult themed Scooby
This
fucking.
motherfucker.
No.
Oh my god, damn it! And I'm talking nudity, brains, guts. This is not your 1980s, 1960s, 1970s Scooby Doo. Did
Come
y'all
on, Grandpa.
for this with Mindy? What's her name?
Minnie Kaling.
Kaling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, when you had like the tweet that you showed, I was just like Minnie Kaling as Velma. I was like, And it's not just because she's South Pacific Islander or whatever. I don't that part I didn't really mind. I was just thinking about like her as like the character. I'm just like, I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if she's just, and I'll give you another critique because they had like the screenshot of like the graphic scene, and they had what's the other chick's name?
Daphne.
Daphne, where she was like kind of naked or whatever, and the head is like all fucked up, and I was just like, but why is Velma wearing some sweater that's covering up all the
It's not
thing? I'm
form
like,
fitting.
ma'am,
What it's
like you're
Mhm.
supposed to be thick. Don't get me.
Mhm.
yeah.
If you want to call me chauvinist, sexist, whatever, I don't give a fuck. Velma
Well,
should be thick.
I'm gonna be a little chauvinist here because like when she had mentioned that she was gonna like she's doing on an animation for a show called Velma, I was like, wait, because Velma's a South Asian girl, and I was thinking like, wait, there's some adult content that's a comic called Velma, and I was like, wait, there's a comic called Velma. Let me look that up real quick. It's actually Velma Ma, and I was like, oh, okay, it's a little different, but like, I that hentai is fucking great, just to be honest. But like, I know I didn't understand where she was going with that. So like the fact that it's related to Scooby Doo, I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes because this is gonna be HBO Max, and
Yep.
HBO Max right now, any animated shows, like even Adventure Time, Disneyland, it got real adult when it went to HBO Max. Like there's fucking there's not fucking, but there's like the content on there's more adult, and watching like seeing the little screenshot makes me think of Harley Quinn because Harley Quinn
Yeah.
on Disney on HBO Max, it's fucking amazing. It shows so goddamn funny. It's so great. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I've always liked Scooby Doo, like literally since I was a fucking kid, and obviously there was some cheesiness and whatnot to it, but it was always fun. You know what I mean? It was kind of family friendly fun. But you have Scooby Doo fans that are literally in their 60s now, so like it's well past time to do like a spinoff or
Even
whatever
more
that's
than that.
more mature. You know what I mean? Because I mean, you can literally see with like Fred and Shaggy and whatnot. It's a 60s cartoon that somehow, some kind of way, has survived all the way till now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wonder if you looked up like racist Scooby Doo episodes, what would show up?
yeah, I hope that I
That's probably
really
something.
fucking hope they don't.
There's
The,
probably
the
something.
Globetrotters,
Yeah.
the Globetrotters gonna show up, or the Globe.
Well, Charles was great. I've seen that like a million times. That shit was funny and awesome.
It was funny,
Shit.
but
But no,
yeah.
like I was gonna say like Cartoon Network did like Cartoon Network or maybe Nickelodeon. They did a rebranding or reboot of fucking a Scooby Doo, and the animation is just fucking garbage. So this will make up for that. But then also there was like controversy recently about Velma being like a lesbian or being like bi, and like that was there's a
I
bunch of
don't care.
controversy
Let her
behind
be.
that as well.
Yeah.
She's still
Yeah.
thick. I'm good.
But the funny thing is, like when growing up, though, I remember not a lot of little boys my age were all into Velma, and I was like, Velma's the bad one, and they were
Oh,
like,
for real.
Daphne, and I was like, are you crazy? It's all about Velma, you know. So, and then even in those live action movies in like the early 2000s, Velma was bad. It was the woman that played
she
Hawkeye's.
she plays Hawkeye's
Mm.
wife in
Yeah,
the
Hawkeye's
MCU.
wife.
Let me just put it this
She's
way:
also in
as a kid, I had the intuition to know that Daphne was the paralyzed starfish, and Velma could throw that thing in a circle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, take that big orange sweater off. Let's go. So
Like,
I'm fucking excited about this. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
well, speaking of HBO Max, there actually was. I think this fell on my radar like a while back, and I just happened to be scrolling through HBO Max and found it. But there's a Japanese animation style anime DC movie called Catwoman Hunted. That's
Mhm.
it's really fucking like it's really fucking good. Number one, but like the opening credits, I was like, oh shit, this is like. So there was a time when on Nickelodeon they had like a DC block, and they would show like little clips of like DC shows or DC like comic book characters in different animation styles. And there was one that they showed Batman in Japan, and he was fighting against like Bane, and like Catwoman showed up and stuff like that. So they kind of teased on that, but like this it's a movie, but it's only like an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes long. But yeah, it's about Catwoman. She's still some precious gem from some crime syndicate, and like Black Mass is in it. Uh, Batwoman's in it, which is kind of cool. Dude, there's a scene. Sorry, I hope this isn't a spoiler, but there's a scene where Catwoman is seducing Batwoman, and the shit's fucking great because we know Batwoman's a lesbian or she's bi in the comics, or whatever, and she's literally like seducing the shit out of Batwoman, and like Batwoman just slowly falling for it. It's like she would have done this shit to Bruce Wayne too, and would have done this and would have got the same fucking reaction from him. Like Bruce Wayne would have been like fucking putting in her hands because Catwoman is fucking sexy as hell, but like the animation style is very anime themed. It gets like the opening credits gives me Cowboy Bebop feel. Like actually I went back and looked up the director because like the music and stuff that was played in the beginning was like, holy shit, this is Cowboy Bebop or like Samurai Shampoo. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking I'm digging this. But like even like the opening credits, like DC like comics is in Japanese subtitles, or not Japanese subtitles, but it has Japanese characters. It has kanji on the bottom. But yeah, this show is really fun. I think it just came out like last week, but it's really good. It's a good watch. It's a quick little hour to watch. You get to see Catwoman do some badass fucking shit. You get to see Catwoman fight against I'm not gonna spoil it. She fights against some characters where you're like, holy shit, like okay, cat versus cat, like this fucking makes sense.
I don't.
But then like we get the whole, anti-hero like why is Catwoman doing this? And at the end you realize like, oh shit, like she's doing this for a purpose, which is kind of cool. But like some of the actresses, the woman who does the voice of Batwoman is oh god, she's the one that does the voice from Encanto. She's the daughter from Encanto. Something Beatrice. I can't think of her name.
I don't know the voice actress, but
Yeah, I forget both actors too. But yeah, but like the list of people that are on here are pretty good. The guy from Allstate, the Allstate Stan guy, he does some voice work for one of the characters
Oh,
on
so
there.
you're listening to it in English, huh? You're one of those guys.
No, it's only in English. It's not in like.
Oh, it's not actually an anime. It's not actually an anime.
No, it's not. It's not an actual anime, but it's Japanese animation style.
All right.
Yeah.
I was interested.
But yeah,
until you
it's
said that.
yeah. I mean, it's really. It's like when I first started watching it, it made me think of Batman Ninja.
Yeah.
But lost his erection for it. He was
Yeah,
just like,
actually, I was thinking you were talking about Catwoman. I was like, it'd be a great Catwoman like arch nemesis would be Dogman. Just saying. I think they missed a step on that one. Should not be Batman. It should be Dogman.
there you go. There you go. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I recommend it. Check it out. I mean, HBO Max, the DC like animated universe, it's on fucking point. Like it's always really good. And this
There's a
one's
bunch of stuff on there.
it's a lot of fun to check out. And it's short.
So
It's only an hour
yeah,
hour 20 minutes.
a lot of the like animated stuff from like the CW is now on HBO Max, like Vixen, the Ray, uh,
Fucking
the um, the um,
Deathstroke,
the
Yeah, that
Deathstroke stuff. There's more
the
than one, I
fucking
think.
Dungeon and Dragon or what it's called.
Yeah, yeah. Eh,
That shit never got a goddamn sequel.
it
Like
didn't, but it was good. Like holy
it was
shit,
supposed to be like a TV series, and
it
nothing
turned it
ever
into a
fucking came
movie
from it.
with what they got. It feels unfinished,
Yeah, it's so unfinished.
but it was damn good. But yeah, all
But then
that
also,
stuff's on HBO Max.
Young Justice is kind of getting a little more interesting. Last episode was like, okay, this
Oh
shit gonna have
yes,
some fun.
so that was actually part of my intro. So uh, in this last week's Young Justice, uh, it starts off with Zatanna saying she needs a detective, and I was thinking, well, is she gonna go to Batman for this? I'm like, well, maybe not. She's probably gonna go to
Yeah,
the Question, because like I know that the Question's kind of more of a conspiracy theorist, but he is kind of a detective, and usually they don't like going to Batman on Young Justice. They always want to figure it out themselves and use some ancillary character to help them out. Usually even though they're a quote unquote senior Justice League member, and depending on what was happening, the Question would be Helena, because I think the Question died in Young Justice, or not Young Justice, but Justice League Unlimited
yeah.
before
Justice
that.
League Unlimited, I think it did.
But they go to Dick Grayson, and he's kind of like he went back to his roots. He went back to the circus. And
Yeah,
I was like, what
and he
the
went
fuck?
up. It's got another alias too. He goes
Yeah,
by like
yeah,
he
he
goes by
had
Daniel something.
something. Uh, and then I think it's because of his detective, or when he worked for the CIA. When he worked for the CIA, he had a different alias, and I think they used that in Young Justice. And so, like, Zatanna goes to Dick, and they put the pieces together and whatnot. And there's a scene where he's in the room. It's Dick Grayson, um, Artemis Croc, Zatanna, and Rocket.
His name is Dan
And
Danger. Oh yeah,
and
I
yeah,
see
and
it.
so like and then like Artemis is just like, she's talking to Dick, and she's like, well, you guys would know him better than me because both of you dated him. And they're not even mad. They're looking at each other and they just kind of shrug and like giggle, and Dick's just like, he has the biggest smile on his face. I'm like, God dang, Dick
And
Grayson.
Dick,
Rocket is a
Grayson,
black girl.
never never forget this. Dick Grayson likes all kind of pussy.
Well,
Like,
I think it's more like the girls like Dick Grayson. If y'all remember the whole incident with Warner Brothers and the season 3 of Harley Quinn, and they were talking about how Batman don't eat pussy, and all of these fangirls, like we're talking some of them professional,
I
like
remember
ones that
that.
work for Nerdist, ones that work for IGN, they all came in support of Dick Grayson. They're like, well,
Oh
if
yeah.
Bruce Wayne don't eat pussy, Dick
Oh
Grayson's eating
yeah.
pussy, and
Dick is.
it was hilarious to me because there's all these fangirls that are all about Nightwing, all about him just slanging his shit. Because, like, if you look at his track record, if you include Rocket, Zatanna, there's also Coriander, probably Barbara Gordon,
ain't
probably
no
a slew of
probably.
other chicks.
Ain't no
I fucking
probably.
even.
The list is a fucking mile long. The
Yeah,
Grayson been slanging that fucking pipe
and I
all
think
the
it's what's funny is that in the show, like Dick, he doesn't gloat. He just has the biggest ear to ear grin. Like he's like, yeah, I totally smashed both these chicks because he smashed Satana. It was just hella funny. But they went to him for help. But I still think it's funny that
and
he's in a room with his exes pretty much.
and
And
could
they
smash again. Even in the Titan show, Dick Grayson be smashed.
No, like Teen Titans, like the original. No, the
yeah,
TV
no, the
show.
Titans the TV show. He smashes
Yeah.
Coriander like literally the weekend he made her.
Well, no, like he, like the Red Canary or whatever her name is. Like he smashed on her, and like her boyfriend or man now was like mad that
Uh,
he fucking showed up at the door.
oh, Red Canary. No,
No,
Dove.
yeah,
Hawk and Dove. He smashed
Hawk and
Dove.
Dove. Yeah,
So he's
And like
matched
they,
the female dove, not um, not the guy dove.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I'm
but
just
did you watch? I mean, I'm pretty sure you listened to the ending credits. Who do you think is inside the box? Because I have my theory.
Oh, I think they showed who's in the box, and I
Was
couldn't
it?
remember who. Yeah, I think they showed who's in the box, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the kids from the bus.
Oh, so I think it's Cyborg.
No, I don't, because they
But
told you
yeah,
the age.
Cyborg's
They told you the
an
age.
adult.
He's
Yeah,
Cyborg's a
Cyborg's an
Justice
adult in the
Leaguer,
series.
and they tell you it's an 11-year-old boy. So
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to, we already spoiled it. So continuing the spoiler. Basically, the end credits of Young Justice. They the Green Lantern Corps acquired a father box from a Kryptonian, and they were using it to time travel and do a bunch of nefarious stuff. But then when the Green Lanterns are examining the father box, they found out that the core of the box is a 11-year-old boy, and they haven't figured out how to open it yet without like killing him. So we might find out tonight at midnight what's going to happen.
Yeah. With
damn. I
with
gotta
Young
get.
Justice,
I gotta
you,
get
you
caught
gotta
up.
stay. With Young Justice, you gotta watch the credits because the credits
Yeah,
will tell
credits
you
kind of
a lot of fucking more to the story. Even though it's short, like
sometimes, yeah, they're
it
short.
feeds into it.
Sometimes some of them are just like anecdotes, like some like when they're picking who to be in the Justice League. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not a. It was just an interesting scene because their characters. Some of them are characters you've seen. There's a handful I've never seen because it's literally a whole page that they scroll through about who they're going to add, and they have Black Lightning, who doesn't say he hasn't even been in anything. I mean, he's head of the Justice League now, but he hasn't said anything all season. And then the one where Superman being a dad, like not he's thinking that, you're thinking there's a Weddell on fire at the house. It's just like he forgot to buy diapers and he exploded on Lois. So he's got
Busted.
to leave a meeting. Yeah, he's got to leave a meeting to go get diapers. I thought that was funny. But there's some
But
other
wait,
fucked up ones.
there's like in Teen Titans versus the Justice League, I think that's what it was, where where Dick Grayson is talking to Starfire, and she's like, "Oh, you want to play that little game that we normally play?" And he's like, "Oh no, no, not the game." He like closes his laptop or something because she was about to like take off her clothes or some shit. Like,
That's
holy shit.
awesome. She does it all the time. She does it in the Judas Project. Have
Yep.
you ever
That's
seen
I think it
that's
was
on
Judas Project. I think that's
on
where it
the
was
Judas
from.
Project? She talks about his oral skills. She talks about his skills in the bedroom, and he has to
Yep.
stop her.
Yeah.
She does it like twice, and Dick Grayson has to stop her from telling like a very like new group of Titans that what they do in the bedroom. I thought was hilarious. It's
That shit
fucking
is funny.
hilarious.
Kronos, get back in here. What's up with the Unburied?
Yeah, Batman
Oh,
Unburied. Yo, if you are not listening to this podcast, this is air
free.
quotes for people that are listening. it's this is one of the best things you can listen to. The audio quality, production quality, all the voice actors, it's so good. The story is so good. It's something that is, even though I actually guessed who I thought like the villain was, and I was actually right. So I was like, all right. So that was
See,
kind of
I was
cool.
wrong.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So,
go ahead. Go ahead.
but I was right about like what was going on, but if you base off of the animated series, like the character in the animated series was a certain person, but the person who actually was doing it was somebody else. I was like, okay, I was wrong about that, but I knew what was going on though.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew what was going on pretty much from the jump. I was like, yes, sums up. But yeah, it's definitely unfolding in a really cool way. So basically, the Batman Unburied series, you talked about it before on the podcast, but basically, you're getting 2 podcasts every week on Tuesday when they drop, and it's basically an audiobook with like,
Yeah.
and the production quality is right up there with like Dune and Sandman. So don't think of just some like narrator, even though I enjoy just narrators, you know, reading a book. This is like a whole production thing. Like it's basically like
Yeah.
when I've been listening to it, and it's funny because like in part of this podcast, they actually have a throwback to back in the day when they used to do like these audio only shows on the radio.
Yeah.
And I was like,
thinking about that.
like War of the Worlds. So like War of the Worlds back in the day, one of the reasons why it was so amazing is because people went into a frenzy because they thought it was like a real thing that was happening. but it's because they had like all these special effects and all these other things happening to where you felt like you were just totally sucked into the story.
I love
And
this story.
yeah, and Batman Unburied is like it's the same thing. Well, I'm totally engaged in like all these things, and like there's things that they're doing that are like they're auditory Easter eggs, like in the show. And if you're a
Mhm.
Batman fan, you're just like, oh my god, like I know what he's doing. Like I'll just give like one example of like there's a part where like Alfred goes to I think it's like a clock, and
Mm.
he puts the clock hands at a certain angle. Well, you can hear it. Obviously you can't see
Oh,
it, but if you're a Batman fan, like like what he's doing. Like this is one of the ways you get to the fucking Batcave. Is
Hmm.
like you do, or you play the piano on certain keys,
yeah.
and so that like they don't explain like what he's doing, but you know what he's doing to get to the
Like yeah,
Batcave.
they don't say Alfred walked up to the clock and put their hands to the right fucking time, or he
Yeah,
played this certain note on the keys. You just hear ding 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 ding, and it's like, oh shit, he's playing the piano, and you just fucking
But
know.
so was this in Wayne Manor or was this at the clock tower?
in Wayne Manor.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah,
But like yeah, like the production value of this show is fucking great. Like even there's like a scene where uh like there's people talking in the background, like just people just chatting in the background. And you're like, holy shit! Like there's people saying like, oh, I can't find them. They went this way. Let's go after them. It's like holy shit! Like you're literally they're literally painting a picture in your head. They're making you dream of your own fucking movie, and it's fucking great. And it's so it's crazy because like the voice actors, like I know who they are, but like I'm just picturing fucking characters that I would imagine would be these fucking characters. Like it's really fucking good. Like holy shit. Like I was gonna bring up like the whole I think it was I can't what show like they played around with it, but like the whole like old school radio station where everybody sit in front of the radio at night and listen to stories that were told on radio. It's literally that. Like you can be listening to the podcast, doing work, and will still be like focused. You know what's going on with the show because like they're so detailed about what's going on. Like Bruce Wayne is down at the pier. You can hear like a foghorn in the background. Like it's very detailed on how the environment is presented to you, which is fucking cool.
and also what's kind of gross is like listening to somebody getting carved up. It's pretty fucked up. Like it's definitely a rated M uh,
Oh yeah.
podcast for a reason. Like listening to somebody get carved up is like it's pretty gross. So
Um, wait.
Well, even like
So
somebody being shot like gunfire and stuff like that, and hearing like gunfire like hit a body, like you hear somebody getting shot, and you're like, oh shit, like wow, they you were a dumbass for standing up for one thing, but like
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking
uh,
about.
s- so Protus, have you not seen the Batman on HBO Max? I know that you're busy, but
No, not yet because I'm busy. I got
after,
yeah.
okay, because I was gonna say there's certain scenes in the film that kind of do that where they blur stuff out, but the sound is very like you start seeing the start of something gruesome and it blurs out, but you can still hear the sound of someone getting stabbed, carved up. It's does the same shit. It's pretty fucked up, but I get it. And shout out to Orson Welles for causing a panic through multiple states through his radio show, and he was sought after by the police. I think the FBI too for entertainment. That was the fucking G shit
That's the
you could ever
epitome.
do back in the day.
That's how you know you're good when you were so realistic that everybody thought it was real.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, it still happens
Really
today. I mean, people still
oh
think
yeah,
fake shit is real today.
true.
Certain.
Just
True.
take your ivermectin.
Ah,
Yes,
God dang.
yes.
Really quick, I just want to point this out because this is kind of funky, and I figured Project would have brought this up by now.
What's that?
So Dead by Daylight, very popular game. Stitch's wife's favorite game. Is coming out with a dating sim. Y'all see this
Yeah,
shit?
I did hear about this.
So the dating sim is called Hooked on You. Like it's some fucking horror fucking
You,
like tongue in cheeky fucking bullshit.
you know what's funny though with some of those dating sims? You'd be surprised. Some of them sell fairly decently well, especially like ones with zero production budget and a whole lot of like just cheesiness. You'd be surprised how popular some of them can get, and especially when you have the name Dead by Daylight, which was an incredibly popular fucking
It's
game.
extremely
Still
popular
is.
game, and so it's coming out this summer on Steam. This is made by Psyop, the creators of I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator. Same people that did that are doing this Dead by Daylight um, dating sim, which will be out this summer. I think it's super funky, super weird, but it's also very dank and
Oh,
hilarious.
sorry. It's called Finger Licking what?
It's called
The
I
KFC
love
one.
yeah, it's called I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger licking good dating simulator.
There you
Hey,
go.
ladies, do you like fried chicken? Because I like some fried chicken.
Uh, it's all crazy,
Look
but
it up.
it's
somebody's gonna take that one clip and just like make me a racist meme.
There you go.
uh,
Please
Saying.
do.
I mean,
Please
if you
do.
don't like fried chicken, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm just saying.
It's delicious.
Wait,
Hey,
wait.
so
So
Blue doesn't like
wait,
fried chicken. There's something wrong with him. But we already established this. So
yeah, yeah. So wait. Jump back to Young Justice real quick. The actor who
Rewind
does
the
the
tape.
voice of the actor who does the voice of Dick Grayson is Jesse McCartney, and
just
he does the song like he's a singer,
That's from
Yeah,
back in the
and he does
day,
a song
right?
like
Yeah.
beautiful soul and like leaving and kiss the world goodbye. Like
Wasn't that from like the early 2000s, late
yeah,
yeah,
like this,
90s?
he's
Yeah,
a little fucking he's a little teen bop, but he does a
yeah.
really good job as Dick fucking Grayson. Like
yeah.
holy shit.
There you
Let me
go.
just say with what's her name? So Danica McKellar is on the show. She's Miss Martian, and then
Wait. Winnie Cooper?
Yeah.
yes,
Yes.
she's been the voice of Miss Martian ever since the show
How
started.
did I not fucking know that?
Same thing with Zatanna.
You
Zatanna is
know.
Letitia Chabert.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah,
It's
she's been Zatanna ever since the show started.
so
She jumps
it's
back and forth between that character.
it's funny. I was watching the show with I was watching the show and the Swedish Cat came in and Satana's in it, and like it's really cool if you watch it with subtitles. The subtitles actually will have her incantation
All
like
backwards.
because if you didn't know, Zatanna when she tells her spells she says words backwards, but it's really cool because in the captions subtitles or closed captions they're closed captions
Subtitles.
because it's not subtitles.
Well,
it's not
it's closed
subtitles, 'cause
captions
they're
if you
not-
turn them on, but it's subtitled. We just put it on English. Anyway, there's even though it's the same thing.
Yeah.
There's like if your closed captions are for people that can't hear. Subtitles are for people that can actually hear but just prefer to read.
Well, no, isn't subtitles for like if it's in a different language?
Yes,
Nope.
but you can subtitle shit.
There-
It's a different translation.
Yeah, one of my favorite things with the anime from time to time is to do the English dub with the English subtitles and just see how fucking different it is. That shit is wild.
Yeah, but so like yeah. So if you're watching with Satana, like when she does an incantation or a spell, or whatever, she does it. She says words backwards, and the caption subtitles will be backwards. And I usually like to pause it and try to read what it says. And I try to show that to the sweetest. I was like, oh yeah, look, she tells her spell. She says her spell backwards and blah blah blah. She's like, that's not very cool. I'm like, are you fucking serious? Can you say a word backwards? Because I can't.
I can barely
Yeah,
say words forwards.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
There's actually
Brown Dental.
a lot of people on Young Justice. We had was it Kelly Hugh, who's been on numerous shit. She was in X2, Arrow. She's on the show. R.I.P. to Ed Asner, who was on the show. I guess he was on the most current episode. Tara Strong, obviously. Miguel Ferrer, he passed away early last year. He's also the cousin of George Clooney. Alan Tudyk, who's the voice of Oliver Queen, and Dr. Simon Jones. He's the voice of a bunch of people. There's a ton of people on the
Dude,
show.
I forgot how much of a bop this song is. The Jesse McCartney song, "The Beautiful Soul." Like, holy shit!
Aw.
Listen to it now. I'm like, I don't want another pretty face.
Motherfucking Blue. Goddamn.
This
Just,
song,
damn.
this song is really good.
Maggie Q's the voice of Wonder Woman. Holy shit!
All
There's
right,
hella people.
we need. There's a couple things that I think we need.
Go ahead.
Other things we need to talk about. What the fuck? I'm trying to remember. Oh, Jesus Christ! Anybody else listen to the new Kendrick Lamar album?
I,
No, I haven't had a chance.
I have had one playthrough of I think about 80-90% of it.
I know this is Jesse McCarty.
That's the opposite of Kendrick Lamar.
Blue is
Anyway,
rocking out. God damn it!
god damn. So the new Kendrick Lamar album, it's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's god damn. That's the first thing I want to say. It is in my opinion, it's quite good. There are a few songs in there that stand out more than others, but I also need to like listen through the whole album multiple times again because there's like it's very content dense as far as like what he's saying lyrically. Even from like the first, the first song through the last song. I got to be honest. This might be. I think this is like the only rap album where I cried listening to a song, and I'm being 100% real. There's a song called "Mother I Sober." It's a really fucked up song. So, well, it's not. I don't want to say it's fucked up. It's an emotional song, and if you listen to it and you know about like if you lived your life through certain events through your life with like fucked up shit, then this is gonna hit you some sort of way. Hit me some sort of way, especially when like there's a crescendo with the song where it goes into like some really fucked up Black history, and it's it hit me like right in the feels. Go ahead, Prodigy.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm still really digesting it. I love what I'm hearing so far, but like I said, it's only been one playthrough. What I usually like to do with albums is like just listen to them without even looking at what the tracks are. Just listen to the whole thing while I'm doing something else, maybe a couple times, and then kind of say, okay, I really want to hear this track again. You know what I mean?
That's what I did, and then I was just like, there was like 3 tracks in particular. I was just like, I gotta re-listen to these. Actually 4, but I listen to 3 a lot.
Yeah. And what I really need to do is like not stop trying to listen to it like while I'm at work or whatever, because there's too much going on and people interrupting and stop and start. I just want to like put it on with some headphones and like really groove out to it. But so far, I fucking love it too. I mean, he's amazing. He's won Grammys. He's won all kinds of awards. He's brilliant. I will say, it's gonna be really hard for anything ever to top Good Kid, Mad City for me.
That's a great album. Yeah.
I just that one just fucking. It was like he made that album for me at the time, but at the same time, I've loved quite a few of his albums. So really excited about. I'm going to continue to listen to it. Kronos was recommending it. I had almost forgotten that it dropped, but I promised I would at least listen to it one time before before the cast. Although I can't remember the names of any fucking tracks quite yet, but it's still so fucking new.
You got to go back through and like. Well, what's crazy to me? So like a day or two before the album dropped, he dropped a track called I think it's the Heart, something in the Heart, Part 5, and it was so good. I was just like, oh my god, like this is an amazing song, and it's not on the album.
Yep.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh damn!
like, that's what playlists are for, ladies and gentlemen. Just make a playlist out of it. But yeah, the Heart Part 5 is it's a really great song. We made a reference to it earlier. Because he did a bunch of deep fake. I can spoil it now. It's been like a week after the fucking
yeah. It's been out for a while.
Basically, it's a music video, and it's like the lyrics are like super deep, really great. But then like there's like it's deep fakes in the video, like him like doing a video in like one take, and they're like doing a deep fake of his face, and they have O.J. Simpson, Juicy Smouye, Will Smith. Kanye West, another one. Thinking of the guy who fucking passed away. There's a couple guys that passed away. I mean, there was
that's very vague.
Yeah, god damn it. There's 2 guys specifically that passed away.
Like
Kobe Bryant was one of the deepfakes, and then also Nipsey Hussle. That was another one, which is a big one, because like at the very end, he has some lyrics that are definitely referencing him specifically. And it was just like, wow, man, it's to me, this album is like pure artwork. And I love like the whole thing. There's like another track that stood out to me was one called Auntie Diaries, and it has to do with like LGBTQ like rights and just like seeing them as people. and s- even in the lyrics, he's talking about like his own journey of like when he was younger, having like an auntie that turned into a man, and then somebody else that turned to a woman, and then his journey of like even though he had those people in his life that did these things, him still using incorrect terms for them, and then getting angry about somebody using the N word while he was still using the other F word. And it was just like, man, like admitting your own faults while dropping a track and like trying to be a better person. It's like, man, and also he talks about like infidelity and shit like that in his own personal life. It's just like, it's really good. And what's weird to me is like when I talk about Kendrick Lamar and then somebody says like, oh, I don't like the way his voice sounds when he's rapping. It's like, well, do you actually like listen to like what he's actually saying? Because don't get me wrong, like he might not have the most pleasant voice, but who the fuck? I would venture to say like most hip hop people like don't put the vast majority of like what they like about an artist of like what their actual voice quality is, like what their voice is. You know what I mean? It's usually like what they're talking about. And I think that this album, he's challenging a lot of people on like their own personal views, including his own views. And I think even like his past albums too, like they challenge people in some sort of way. You know, when he's talking about, like a swimming pools about drinking too much, like maybe you fucking drink too much. I mean, I know I probably drink too much. So that's one of those things. And there's a lot of things that he talks about that people are just uncomfortable with. And I think that somebody saying that, oh, I don't like the way that his voice sounds or whatever, is just like, but you got to listen like what he's saying. Like he's not.
Yeah.
It's not like he's a goddamn singer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's not a singer. He's a rap artist.
But bitch, don't kill my vibe.
Yeah. I love that
Well,
song,
like
too.
with singers, their voice is all about like pitches and this and that. With rappers, it's more like you're just fucking dropping like vocal lyrics. Like I think like I know people know East Coast gonna fucking hate me for saying this, but like Biggie, like his voice was like groggy and like oh like he's like very deep with his voice tone. But then like if you could look at Tupac, like I mean it's not. I think with Tupac it was different because he's more West Coast and we're here in the West Coast. But like yeah, like there's a lot of rappers out there where you hear them fucking rapping. It's like, oh god, it's goddamn nails on a chalkboard.
The funny thing is, Pac was from Baltimore, but it's all good.
Yeah, he was
What is
he was a surrogate pretty much to California.
Yep.
wasn't his mom like part of Black Panther? Out
Yeah.
here in Oakland?
Feeny?
Or
Yeah.
But they had branches all over. But
no,
yeah,
that's true, yeah.
Pac was a late teen when he came out here. But it's all good. And then the other thing is, it's been like almost fucking 30 years since both of those guys passed away, but it still feels relevant to us because of our age.
God.
And that's classic hip hop to a lot of
But
people.
no, even when you even go back and listen to like Tupac stuff, it's like fuck, man. Like this guy was
It was awesome.
rapping about shit that was going on.
And Kendrick had a great album when I stopped listening to that New Future just for a moment.
Well, apparently there was some controversy because Kendrick Lamar had Kodak Black on his album.
What's the controversy on that?
Well, because Kodak Black, he more than likely raped somebody that was underage when he was right around 18. I don't know if you heard about that.
No.
Like he,
No.
yeah, he had a whole
I
court
remember that.
case and settled out. He settled for a lesser charge and paid the woman.
Damn.
Yeah.
I know that he had like a whole like citizenship issue.
Let me just make sure
He-
that I'm not making this shit up. Hold on a second.
No, you're right. I remember that. Like
Yeah.
but there was like
So wait,
part of other
there
stuff.
there was there was a criminal case and he was convicted, or it was the charges were dropped.
No, he settled for a lesser crime.
Oh.
He paid off the victim.
Yeah.
Oh. Criminal assault case, plea deal. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a sexual assault case, plea deal, and it was pretty graphic when I like listened to it. I was like, holy shit, all right. But yeah, damn, he's only 24 years old. Jesus Christ.
He got granted commutation, or wait, he
he
was
got
granted.
commuted.
He got commuted by former President Donald Trump.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's Trump's mo.
Same
Sexual assault
circle.
and getting away with it. Just grab him by the pussy. You know, it's all good.
Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't know anything about Kodak Black, but I'll have to look that one up. That's.
Yeah, it's
I'm not going to say. I'm not even going to say I'm disappointed in him because I don't know enough about him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Well,
just
I mean, you
like,
should be disappointed in anybody that sexually assaults somebody else, right?
yeah, no, but
So
what I'm trying to say, is, if I looked at Kodak Black, I'm not all that surprised. That's, but it is what it
All
is.
bad. All bad.
Anyway,
yeah,
but yeah. Anyway, back to Kendrick. Great album. It's been a good year for rap. I also heard really good things about Pusha T, but I haven't heard that one quite yet. And the other great thing is, I just like listening to fucking new music and soaking it up. You know what I mean? Like,
Have you heard this new song by Jesse McCarty?
this
God,
fucking
Ah,
guy,
man,
God damn it.
fucking
yeah.
beautiful soul
Ugh.
music got me in my vibe.
This guy's
all
a
right,
fucking.
What the hell?
Why are you
all
doing
right,
this?
I don't want another pretty face.
all right,
Yeah. I need pretty face always in a big bank.
all right,
I don't
guys.
want anybody else to hold.
We ready to wrap it?
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Do the thing.
Yeah. All right. Old Ninja, what you got populating this week? God damn it.
Uh, so I'm leaving tomorrow morning, early afternoon to
Are,
SoCal. I gotta pay my.
are you leaving on a train?
No, I'm getting picked up by my sister. We're going to pay our final respects to our grandmother who passed away 3 weeks ago.
Damn.
So everybody's coming in from out of state and out of town to pay our final goodbyes this weekend. So I'll be doing that, surrounded by family, and doing the what my family calls a homegoing. They don't call it a funeral. So I'll be doing that this weekend, pretty much. I'll be back. I should be back by Monday, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Condolences.
Yeah, man.
Cronus, what you got going on with all that packing?
Well, yeah, continuing to pack. Tomorrow I'll sell my car. Just it's gonna be weird over the next couple of days. I'm throwing a going away party on Saturday. So
Oh shit.
yeah, I invited you, Blue. Right?
You did?
Yeah.
No.
It was on as a Facebook invite.
I got an invite.
What the fuck?
I gotta, cause the sweetest brought this up, and she's like, "You hear about Curls throwing a party?" I'm like, no.
I'm pretty sure I invited you. I mean, Jesus Christ. If I didn't,
Let me go look, 'cause
I'm
if
extremely
it's not-
sorry.
If it's not on there, this will be on the same level of like the bachelor glasses that I got for everybody. Because I mean, I didn't make the mistake.
Yeah, it was
They
somebody
made a
else.
mistake, but
And that glass broke, by
Let
the
me
way. That's hilarious.
that's what I'm drinking mine right now.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm throwing a going away party. I'm gonna see hopefully a lot of my old jiu-jitsu guys. I've repaired some relationships with them because there's some shit that happened, but it's all good. I'm gonna miss all those guys doing jiu-jitsu with them, and I've recently come back to doing jiu-jitsu a little bit. Super fucking rusty, but I'm not terrible. I'm just not as great as I used to be. I used to be pretty good. So, but I'm also rolling with guys that never stopped doing jiu-jitsu when I stopped. So I stopped doing it 2 years ago because of obvious fucking reasons. And some of them didn't have to worry about the same issues that I had to. I mean, I live with somebody that has a legit medical issue. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them all again, at least most of them, hanging out, throwing one last going away party. Beyond that, I'm also looking forward to coming down closer to Prodigy. Looking forward to seeing him again. And my brother, I'm thanking him for letting me live with him temporarily. I can't stand having fucking roommates, and it's weird for me to be a roommate to my brother. But I'm also thankful for him and his family welcoming us, into the house for a little bit.
By the way, on a side note, go check on him. He was working out today and had a bad day.
He was working. He's gonna have a lot of bad days working out with me. I'm just saying. That's when
yeah,
he doesn't know when I come down there. I'm badgering his ass every fucking day. Why am I working out? Why are you still fat? I'm just saying.
Damn.
he, yeah,
I'll talk to him.
just, yeah, check on him.
Need some motivation.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all the fucking equipment in his house. He's got
He's got a lot of
he's got a
equipment.
garage
I
gym.
just seen it.
Yeah, just saying. Like if he thinks that he's getting away with me living with him temporarily and not working out almost every day, if not every goddamn day, he's mistaken. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
They say like it takes like what, like 30 days for you to build up a what's the term? Not muscle memory, but like for you to build up a
habit.
routine.
Yeah, habit.
Yeah, habit. Yeah, basically a habit. Yeah, yeah. So if you can build that habit into them, you know what? Better for you both.
Stunting his job.
I have to say, I do miss the banter on Facebook of you two calling each other out because that shit was funny. As fuck.
Oh yeah, the Peloton shit. Holy
Well,
shit.
Dude, that shit was hilarious.
It's just funny because I'm the skinny one now, and he's the larger one now. Just yeah, he could.
Air quotes.
I'm just saying, I want to work out with him, and just like let's do this thing together and like, have fun. And what was also really cool is that he has twin boys, and they both do jujitsu. So I'm gonna look forward to choking them out. I'm just kidding, just rolling with them. Yeah.
Them kids.
Yeah.
Well, what you guys really need to do is take this fucking beef on the goddamn track. Like, you guys need to fucking go running because your brother had a record, or he had a record at Newark Memorial, right?
Did,
and like,
I broke.
you broke his shit.
Yes, I broke it.
Yeah.
But honestly,
take that shit to the fucking track.
Honestly, if you look back on like the annals of time, he probably would have been like the better athlete than me, like at the time. But I didn't train at all for like all of my like athletic feats that I had like when I was younger. I didn't train for that shit. I just I rollerbladed a lot, to be honest with you, and he played way more sports than I did. He was definitely a way better athlete than I was. He was a better academic than I was. He was a better student than I was. He was better at pretty much everything than I was when I was a kid. Even
he was definitely out there slaying pussy. No.
What'd you say?
I say he's definitely out there slaying pussy too, because he was known for that.
Well,
Damn.
Oh, dude, he was.
But he also protected his little brother from some high school
did.
shit that I stepped in some shit and got in some fights when I was in junior high, and I whooped somebody's ass twice, and he protected me from like some fallout. So I thank him for that, because I could have had a really bad introduction to high school if not for him, probably. So thanks, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you. You will see. I think me and Prodigy, I have to fix some shit about Comic-Con, but I think me and Prodigy are going to go to Comic-Con in July.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in July. I'm still trying to work out some stuff. Bare minimum. Yeah.
We'll see if there's like if things are safe. Because if it's not safe for me and my family, I'm not going. So
they got something. They literally got something called monkeypox. I don't know what the fuck that is.
Well, I'm not a monkey, so I'm good, right?
It
That's
looked
how-
like it
that's
might
how
have
it works.
crossbreed.
I'm
Them
also not
motherfuckers
from.
look
I'm
like-
also not from Corona, so I can't get the virus, right?
There you
Dang.
go.
According to 4chan, you're all of the above.
All right, good to go. All right, old
Blue,
ninja.
blue.
Our blue.
No, we did old ninja, right?
Did we? I thought we did blue.
Yeah, we haven't done blue.
All right.
Blue.
Hey, you gotta save the best for last. I ain't doing a goddamn thing. No, I'm thinking. Yeah, so I actually just saw my Facebook feed, and yeah, I did get an invite to the party, so I will be there in full effect. I'm wearing my flyest gear. I'm gonna have my sweet honey with me.
Some cross
I'm
colors.
bringing I'm bringing Jesse McCarty with me. We're gonna fucking
Oh my God.
on the pretty face. No, yeah, we're definitely gonna be in we're gonna be in full effect. I'll bring a little Stevie with me. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. My mom's stopping by on Saturday too. I'm hoping to do. I don't want to say it's too loud, but I'm gonna try to do a date night on Friday with the Sweetness.
Oh,
So it's just gonna babysit. So
Well.
she's a fan of Doctor Strange, so hopefully we can go watch that. There's a movie theater in Castro Valley that I want to check out, and hopefully we can watch it there. But like, I definitely want to see it there, just because it seems very intimate, because it's like one of those one theaters, like there's only one screening per day, not one screening per day, but like there's one
Per
screen,
movie,
so you only
yeah.
can watch one movie, whatever. But it's kind of cool to do that. Plus, there's like miniature golf, and we keep talking about like just getting out doing something like that. And plus, Castro Valley has its little marketplace, which
It's dope.
Kronos and I went to for my birthday, or not for my birthday, just for hanging out, whatever. And it was a cool little spot. There's a little meat market. There's a little seasoning stand, which is crazy because white people don't like to season their food, and Castro Valley is mainly white people.
Damn.
Dude, there's a store for seasoning. Like, they have all kind of crazy seasonings, like shit you even never even heard of. But yeah, there's a winery down in the basement, and there's like a restaurant. There's a restaurant and a meeting place up on the top floor. I talked about this on the podcast a few times, but yeah, I went there for my birthday, and like the food there was like, I had a $60 steak. I've never had a steak that, well, no, I guess I've had a better steak at like Michael Jordan Steakhouse. But no, it's a cool little spot. So hopefully we can try to do that this Friday. Plus, there's like a band or something playing. But a little update on my son Sebastian. Yo, this kid, this is a little person now. Like, holy shit, this kid's walking around. He's grabbing stuff. He's like, he's saying words. It's like he understands what I'm telling him. He has like he throws fits now, and it's like you're not even two yet. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, it's crazy because like if you look at pictures, I hear people say this all the time. Like, the picture of a newborn is not the same picture of the kid like you have like once they turn one. Like, they look totally fucking different. Like, the holy shit. Like, this kid. I mean, there's similarities and stuff like that, but like this kid has a personality. Like, he loves hanging out in the kitchen when I'm cooking. Like, he wants to come in there and hang out with me, and like I kind of feel bad that I waited this long to have a kid, but then again, I'm kind of glad I did wait this long because I'm more at a better place. But like, man, this kid's fucking awesome. Like, I can't wait for you guys to see him. Like, he's not. Like, I guys saw like pictures and stuff of him. Like, it's crazy. Like, him just walking around. It's funny because like, it's I don't know. It's interesting to see a change in something. Like I've seen like prodigy kids grow from like being little babies to being like kids asking like reading comics and stuff like that. And like recently I just went to Cronus's place and drop off a little get well package to Riley. And I remember Riley when she was afraid of dirt on the ground and stuff like that.
Well,
but like,
you remember my oldest daughter
yeah,
when she was a baby, and she's 19 years old now.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I remember Cronus's oldest daughter. Like, she literally went to bed, and like she was crying, and like I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, oh hey, like being a professional bedwetter, I knew the protocols that you fucking take. You change your fucking clothes, you change your sheets, you lay some fucking towels on the blanket on the mattress, and you go back to fucking sleep and hope that the blanket or the towel soak up that pee. And I was trying to help her out, and she told me that this little girl looked me dead in my eyes and was like, "You're ignoring me. You're irritating me. I don't want to talk to you anymore." I'm like, I'm gonna knock on your mom and dad door, and you have to deal with fucking them. But no, like, well, even like I remember with Cronus' older daughter, because like that weekend I visited them. Like, I rented the Corvette, and Cronus had rented a Nissan, Z, and my car blew out a tire, and I had to take it back, whatever not. But like, we were driving back to the airport, and so I was driving their Scion box, and Lily was in the back seat, and I was trying to keep her entertained, talking to her. And once again, this little girl told me I was ignoring her, I was irritating her, and she told me to shut up. I was like, okay, like, screw you, little kid, like. But no, she's probably one of my she's probably one of my favorite little like buddies, like little kids. Like, she's a lot of fun or whatever not. But like, I don't know, it's interesting to see kids go from this age to this age, and to see that the fact that I have a kid that's going through that same transition, it's crazy, man. I don't fucking know.
All right. Real quick before Prodigy does the sign off, because I forgot to talk about something that came up right before the podcast started. Clay the bartender. He got picked to be one of the bartenders in a book. All right, he has 3 recipes in a book, and the book is called Black Mixcellence, and it's by Tamika Hall. And you can pre-order it right now on Amazon. So definitely check it out, because Clay the bartender, he's the fucking bartender. and he made some of the best drinks that I ever had in my entire life. Not exaggerating. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
The dude is a serious mixologist. So definitely grab that book. I think it drops on the 14th of June.
Nice.
I'm gonna pre-order the hardback because that's how I roll.
Oh yeah.
I gotta send it to my brother's house though because I'm moving. But yeah, it's cool that he's getting all the accolades that he's deserved, and I'm so glad that he's coming up and doing good things. That's all I got. I know you want to end, so
Yeah, yeah. No.
But quick little thing. If you want to follow Clay the bartender, you can follow him on Instagram. It's Clay the bartender on Instagram. So
that's amazing.
there you go. Actually, he has a website too called the bartender.
PlayTheBartender.com.
Yeah, but I was hit like he posts some pretty cool drinks on his fucking page. Like he creates like some cool fucking shit. Like he had like a few themes, like comic book themes characters on his Instagram, and they're pretty worth watching. But like holy shit, like I'm looking at his website now, like holy shit, he's got some dope ass fucking shit on here. Like goddamn, and we talked about it in the past. Like he actually partnered up with like different alcohol companies too for making different kind of cocktails too. So Clay knows his shit. So definitely check out this book. It's on Amazon. You can pre-order it now, and I've already pre-ordered because like I'm pretty sure this could be excellent. But like it's also the recipes are made from other black bartenders as well. So or mixologists, not bartenders, mixologists. So definitely check that shit out.
Hot shit. I got back. I went to Vegas over the weekend, celebrate my boy James.
You got
All
married,
that.
right?
Yeah, he's getting married in
Remarried?
June.
Yeah.
Yeah, in June. He's
You
actually
still, you
Go
still
ahead.
crock off stripper's titty?
no comment.
It was
You find
Live
there's
action
no
guitar.
cocaine?
Yeah, exactly. I will say this, we stayed in an awesome ass fucking place, or suite in the fucking Venetian. So I finally, after all these fucking years, because I didn't believe y'all for shit, I finally get bidets now. I had a
oh man,
and you know what the selling point should have been from you guys? This is why I didn't believe it. So it does
so it's
not
just warm.
anally rape you with water. That's all you had to say.
You got to turn so the one that I have in my house, you can turn the pressure down.
Yeah, yeah.
You can either go through your entire soul or
Yeah,
just clean your
it does-
asshole.
it does not anally rape you with water. That's all. I mean,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the biggest selling point ever. Get up a day, clean your ass, don't get anally raped.
And it's all nice and warm and shit.
Yeah, dude, it fucking dried my ass.
Yeah.
Fuck. Love that shit. So now I'm back here with the peasant shit, with like regular toilets and
Just buy-
dirty ass and all of that.
Hey, just order a bidet and I can help you install it next week.
Dude,
You can get it. Sorry, look up a bidet toilet seat. You can get the one that has its own like internal heater, and I can install it for you. Super easy.
I'm gonna have to fucking drop some money and make that happen.
Dude.
God damn it, I need a clean ass.
I hate going back to work just because
Oh
I
my
just-
god.
the poop on a fucking cold goddamn toilet seat.
Yeah, that's what gets me too. It's every now and again I have to go like use my daughter's bathroom, and I'm just like, why is this fucking cold on my ass? Like y'all don't get it. Y'all, once you have a heated toilet seat that cleans your ass and dries your ass, it's hard to go back.
The one at the Venetian, man, that shit blew air.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It dries your ass.
Yeah. The one I had blow there too.
Mine
And the
does
seat was warm, man. Look, I can't go back. God damn it.
That's Kang shit right there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's go to royalty.
Yeah, it's hella funny. It's like Prodigy talking about he needed to clean asshole as if his ass has been dirty this whole time.
It's like that scene from Coming into America when he's in the bathtub when it's like, oh, the royal balls are clean.
There you go. That's pretty much it. I saw the Warriors tonight. Really happy about that.
Oh yeah, they won.
Yeah, they won.
Game one.
So
Nice.
hopefully they keep that up and get a nice run going in there. It's weird that fucking San Diego has no goddamn basketball team. That is fucking weird, but it is what it is. All I got is baseball down here. That's all I got. Old Ninja, take us out.
They don't have football anymore. I was gonna say they have football, but I guess they moved to LA.
No, they don't. They moved to LA. Yeah. They got his baseball. All right. You just experienced Black Men Black Times Infinity.
Yeah,
Just check us out anywhere and everywhere online with B's and BTI. It's BTHAN BTI anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts on Facebook. We're Black Men Black Times Infinity. You can email us if you wish. If you have something super deep and dark you want us to talk about, you can email us at bthenbti@gmail.com.
Wait. We don't want to hear about any fucking murders, no snuff films. Don't make it
No,
too
not
deep and dark. Nah.
no. Actually, well, dank and dark, not that deep. Yeah, because I mean, if it's too dark, we got to report you. So just
Yeah.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Uh,
murdering black people and then be
Just,
like, let's talk about it on Be the BTI.
I
No,
guess we're
fuck
snitching
yeah.
now. All right.
We have a Discord. Let us know if you want to be in. You can email us. Check out our official website, binheadproductions.com/BTI. And then on Amazon, we have an app that lets you know when we go live. You can watch us do that as well.
Tag me in all the Velma porn you can. Like, just tag me in all of it. Make it rain Velma porn. Let's go.
If you find She-Hulk food porn, tag him in that too.
Only on Fridays.
Hey, goodbye, Hayward. I'll miss you.
Damn.
I still don't want a beautiful